What's going on, my peoples? It's your boy, Mr. OBF, back one time for your mind. Welcome to the OBF, the network, people. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button so you guys get the live stream so we go live, people. And if you can't donate to the channel, go to OBF the Real, Cash App, and donate to the channel. People, I highly appreciate anything you guys can donate to the channel. All right, people, let's get it in, man. Got a nice little show for y'all this morning, man. Listen, um, we have to keep having these ridiculous ass conversations because people are deciding that some people are deciding that it's okay right now for all the fucked up shit that's going on in America from white supremacists from this administration, that somehow some way is that we have to have this discussion with racist people of telling them what's right and what's wrong, and that's bad racist. No, we shouldn't have to keep doing this shit. If they don't understand what they're doing is wrong, they don't understand that what they're supporting, what they're hiding behind of, or whatever the fuck they're doing, that they're not in the wrong. They don't see anything wrong with what they're doing or what they're supporting. Then, and mind you, these are grown ass adults. These are not children. Listen, it's one thing to be ignorant about shit, right? It's another thing that you know better, right? People, it is okay for people to say, look, I don't know too much about certain shit. Educate me. I'm okay with that. At least you're admitting that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, or you're agreeing with something that you just assuming that is right, right? But this whole notion that we have to sit down and have conversations with racist people when they know what the fuck they're doing is like blasphemy for me. So Anna Kasparian, she been on this whole little drift since Trump got elected, and it might could have started to see it before that, because I think her and Jen got into it about calling him Hitler and all that shit, and you could see it from there, and then you just start seeing her pop up on right wing shit to have the conversation with the other side, which is blasphemy. How you go from I'm not sitting down with these stupid ass people, we got to fight back against this bullshit, to now all of a sudden we got they agree with us on certain things, but let's listen to this bullshit. And then the bad part about it, she sets on these platforms, and be very, very comfortable of seeing this bullshit. But let's listen to this.
Them on those issues. For all the crap I get from the left for, oh, you're a traitor, turncoat, all this bullshit, okay? I did a show for
excuse me, it's not bullshit. And you see she gets so angry. And listen, I always tell people this. It's like sellout coons, right? They know, this is how you know that they know that they're doing wrong shit, right? When they body language and the tone of their voice of people that they assume that would go along with their bullshit, they're like, hold on, hey man, all the work I put in and y'all turning on me like that. They know what they're doing is wrong because of the tone of their voice, the way their body language is, how angry they get. Because you heard her. I get a lot of slack from the left because, I'm a traitor and all this such bullshit. But I just want y'all to pay attention how her tone is when she's talking about racist white folks. Just need y'all to know this. This is just, at this point, I have no respect for her, but at this point, Anna, stop pretending. You're comfortable around racists. Just be honest about it. I don't give a fuck if we got something that lines up with MAGA on, as far as a policy or whatever. I don't want to sit down and have a beer with these people. I don't want to be around these people. At the end of the day, at the core of who they are, is evil motherfuckers. So this one thing or these couple of things we all agree on, We should go have a beer and let's talk about it. Because get to know each other. First of all, you already know me. Because you know where I stand at. So I don't have to sit there and explain my fucking self to you. And you don't have to sit down and explain your racism to me. Or your bigotry. Like, I don't need to sit down with these people. But my point is, that's how you know that she knows that she's in the wrong of this bullshit that her and Jake is trying to both sides shit. Or we need to sit down with the other side. You don't say that. You didn't say that about Democrats when they was in office and they had some power. You didn't say that. You told the Democrats to run amok. You told them, fuck that shit. Let's get, fuck that. We ain't got to side with them. We got the power. Now, all of a sudden, they got the power. Now you want to sit down and bend the knee to these people? Fuck no. That's why I told y'all, I'm glad that I'm not happy people are not getting paid, but I'm happy the government shut down. Because it shouldn't just be the left side feel this pain. All the sides just feel the pain of how their votes affect everybody. Who they vote for. Nobody gonna keep putting up with this bullshit. And like I said, I don't have time to be trying to sit down and have a conversation with racist people. For what? It's a waste of my time and a waste of energy. Listen, it doesn't matter if you are independent. Shout out to Ashley. Listen, it doesn't matter if you're independent or Republican. You could be you could have been a Republican. Like I said, I gave people grace when it comes to MAGA, right? Because I try to be fair, right? When people first voted for Trump the first time, I gave people a pass. When the man did an insurrection, after that, I'm not trying to hear nothing from MAGA people. Don't tell me about y'all like that movement. That shit is something different. I don't give a fuck if you listen. I'm not a Democrat or Republican. It got nothing to do with your association. I mean, what you put in front of your name if you're independent or Democrat or Republican. Wrong is wrong, and I feel like you can't like give people you're giving people your time and a platform to sit down and energy to sit down with people that are horrible individuals. You're giving them a voice. Bad enough the internet does that for them. And then now you want to bring them on your platform or you go on their platform and then you want to sit down and have conversations about what? Already know where you stand at. So it doesn't matter that they independents or not. It doesn't really matter. It's like, shit, Stephen A. Smith will tell you he independent. What that mean? Don't mean nothing. That's all I'm saying. Listen, that's crazy. That's what I'm saying. We are so desensitized from all this shit because every time you turn around, Trump does something more fucked up and more fucked up. Listen, the one thing about Trump and his people, they are good. They know how to distract you. They know how to distract people. People ain't even worrying about the shutdown. You don't hear people talking about it no more. Because really, believe it or not, when people, whoever still gets WIC and all that other shit, when that start having an effect, then it'll be a bigger issue. Then they probably stop the shutdown. Something major got to happen for them. You'll hear about the shutdown. But right now, nobody gives a fuck. Listen, and people got the tax money back. People got their taxes. Just being real. And then, like I said, for black people, hey man, it's always felt like a shutdown for us. And you, like I said, you notice it ain't us complaining about shit. It's not even us. The country's so fucked up at this point. Black people like, we tried to tell you, like I don't know, like, and I think that's what bothers a lot of the people that all of a sudden being anti-black all of a sudden, or they getting mad at black Americans, is because we usually be in the front line of this shit, talking about it in the streets, pushing. We're not doing that shit now because it's like we're tired. We're tired of keep telling y'all the same shit, and then it's like, this is what I mean by this Anna and this bullshit that they're doing, her and Jake. Like, I'm tired of explaining myself to these fucking racists. If you don't get it by now, then hey, go back to school, do something. I don't know what the fuck to tell y'all at this point, Mega. We have nothing in common down and have a fucking conversation with you about. Nothing. We have nothing in common. Look, get over it. I got over it. But let's get back into it.
I fight them on those issues. They're wrong. And I have no problem fighting them on those issues. You know, for all the crap I get from the left for, oh, you're a traitor, turncoat, all this bullshit, okay? I did a show for about a year called Her Take, and I was the only lefty on that show. And I would like my detractors to watch that show and tell me whether they think I was weak in pushing back against right-wing policies that I don't agree with, that I think are actually damn.
First of all, Anna, do not try to play with us like we're stupid. You're the same person that before you, first of all, what are you sitting down with them people for anyway? You go do a show with people that are racist, and you supposed to get some type of brownie points for that? You made money off this shit, Anna. What the fuck are you talking about? You ain't standing on no business. The same shit you said on that dumbass show that got canceled, you said on your own show with Jake. What do that matter? Don't listen. The problem is people, they think people are stupid. They genuinely think people are stupid. I don't give a fuck about what you did on that show. Well, I stood up and I went against the right wing. You do that anyway on your show with Jake on the Young Turks. You don't get no brownie points, bitch. And it wasn't just the shit. It wasn't about that damn show. It was about you sitting down with Tucker Carlson in there. It's the point that you get on your fucking show and try to downplay shit that you stood for. And then all of a sudden you hit this switching bait shit. You start drifting. Because Tucker Carlson invited you on his show. They just don't get it. And you know the crazy part about this, people? I really don't care at this point. I just want to make people aware of Anna and Jake and these type of fucking so-called they on our side bullshit. You're not on our side. If you're sitting down with racists and you got to explain yourself. First of all, I'm not debating. This whole point of we sitting down debating MAGA people at this point, it's just entertainment at this point. Just say this is entertainment. I'm making money off of this. I'm getting views. I'm clickbaiting. Like, I mean, just be honest about the shit. At this point, what are you speaking to? You're not going to reach their audience. See, explaining shit to them don't matter. It's like how I kind of am, right? When I was growing up. It's like even how I am now. Like, I'm more of, I got to see some shit. Shit got to happen. I got to get in the trenches of doing something than just studying about it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I study shit and I read up on certain shit, but some shit, you gotta get in the trenches with. The shit gotta affect you somehow, right? You gotta really kind of know how to feel. I'm that type of person, right? These people only understand consequences. Shit gotta happen to them. It got to affect them. Us having a conversation with these people or debating people that they like or love, it's the stupidest shit in the world to me at this point. And then even after, if the Democrats get back in power, I still don't think we should be debating these people. They have proven that they don't know what the fuck they're talking about and they don't know how to govern. The Republican Party, all that shit is the same to me, but these people are horrible people. And their values and their morals are out of place. They don't. It's a facade. Whatever their ideology is, it's a facade. It's fake. It's a phony. It's a fraud. Whatever word you want to use. What are we still debating? The proof is in the pudding. Look how they're acting. What are we debating? And Anna try to pull the wool over people's face like, we don't give a fuck what you did on that show. We watched your behavior on your own show. Shit that you was on Twitter saying. Now people that you're aligning yourself with, we got a problem with that. Don't play with us like we stupid. What the fuck is going on with you? Now what has happened is they did it for years of doing what they're doing, and I think it's a money thing too. And I believe Anna, because Anna has said this. She has said that she got people that in her family that voted for Trump, and they probably don't fuck with her, right? Or she might not want to be around them like that, and she might feel lonely. Listen, it hurts when you're disconnected with your family. I am at this point in my life, right? I don't see eye to eye with none of them. Like, I don't even call them. I hang around them. And not because they voted for Trump, it's just, personal shit falls like family shit. But it's a moral thing with me. And so I go off of morals. This ain't just about politics. I go off morals. That goes with my fucking family. You want some moral bullshit? I'm not fucking with you. You're not going to mistreat me. You're not going to half-ass give me love. If you're going to show love, show love. If you're not, fuck it. Stay over there. Listen, I got friends that treat me better than my own family. What the fuck I look like? And this is the thing when I'm saying about Anna. Get over it. Family ain't always family. You just blood. Anna's like 30-something years old, in her mid-30s or late 30s or something like that. She got no kids. She married to one dude. Like, what the fuck? Just seems like she's just miserable. And then I can't be around my family. I can't go there because they Trump supporters. Man, fuck all that. If your family really gave a fuck about you, you know what your family would say? We putting all politics to the side. When we get together, ain't no politics talking in my house. I don't want to hear that shit. You say that shit, you're out. Go home. We just enjoying a family gathering. But that's not real reality either. Life is going on. So you don't get to turn that off. It's not like saying, we're going to sit at the dinner table, no social media today, no social media, no phones at the table. That's possible. Right, Holly? Actually, it's 100% that can happen. And that really genuinely can happen. But just to say, we're not going to talk about politics in my house and don't bring that shit there. We're just going to love and be proud of each other. Life go on. You're going to ask people about what's going on in their life. It's just, that's where a lot of this shit really coming from. With Anna. And her whole drift of fucking with these right-wing nut jobs. Because she got family members like that. That she ain't in good graces with, or whatever the situation is.
traitor, turncoat, all this bullshit. Okay. I did a show for about a year called Her Take, and I was the only lefty on that show.
First of all, time out. No, she didn't. It wasn't about a year. That should go lying and shit. That shit didn't last a year. That shit lasted maybe a month or two. It wasn't on there that long. They didn't have a whole bunch of episodes, people. It did not last a year. She's a liar. About a year. And that's trying to cover it up about a year. No, it wasn't about a year. It's maybe, you could say about a couple of months. But it wasn't about a year. It's a lie. And look, and you know how bad it is when the reason the shit got canceled is because Julian Michaels, is whatever the fuck that bitch, that little racist dyke bitch name is, right? She got frustrated, whatever the fuck she was on while she quit, whatever. She just a quitter anyway. The bitch is dumb as a doorknob. Once she left the show went away. They could have replaced it, Julia. They could have replaced her, but they didn't because the show was trash. Let's move on. Number one, there wasn't even no structure with that bullshit. Anyway, let's move on.
And I would like my detractors to watch that show and tell me whether they think I was weak in pushing back against right-wing policies that I don't agree with, that I think are actually damaging to our society, that I think take rights away from people. I debated the issues regarding ICE regularly, did not back down at all. And in fact, I think that there's a big misconception that the whole of the Republican voting base absolutely loves what they saw from ICE in recent months. A lot of them don't. A lot of them are not.
First of all, Anna, please stop playing with our intelligence. I don't give a fuck about what Republicans all of a sudden now care about. They voted for Trump. They knew, just say, well, I didn't know he was going to do that. He lied. Trump already been a liar. They voted for a liar. You can't all of a sudden now be like, oh, he doing some shit that he ain't supposed to be doing. He lied about that. You knew he was a liar. How stupid do you think people are? Like, we know MAGA people are stupid, but I'm just saying the rest of us, like, no, we're not giving them passes because now all of a sudden, oh, I didn't vote for that. He lied. Well, we told you he was a liar. You knew he was a liar. He lied to you, and you went along with it. I'm not giving these fucking whoever these people she talking about. Oh, all of them ain't okay. What happened with immigration? We supposed to give them a pass now? No. This woman is listen. Anna's very, very highly intelligent. I'd never take that away from her. But she think the rest of us are stupid. But you cannot pull the wool over our face. We ain't MAGA. You go talk that bullshit to MAGA. She talking to us like them right wingers talk to MAGA. No, Anna. No, fuck out of here with that shit. Not giving them no pass.
That the whole of the Republican voting base absolutely loves what they saw from ICE in recent months. A lot of them don't. A lot of them are not in favor of their cities or their towns being terrorized with, militarized federal agents who shoot and kill American citizens. And then
but you know the crazy part about this is that's how stupid MAGA are. People are. That's how stupid they are. Anytime black people tell you, listen, black folks, black Americans told you what police officers, you think it just happened in local? Police, if you let the police or any law enforcement do what the fuck ever, they will listen. You say, yeah, y'all can do this. It's like a fucking child. If you let a child cross a certain line that you normally wouldn't let them cross, but they cross it, they're gonna keep trying to cross it. They're gonna keep pushing the envelope. That's how a child does. It ain't no different than the fucking law enforcement. You give a motherfucker an inch, they're gonna go farther than that inch. They're gonna cross that line even more. What universe are these people living in? But then when black people tell you about this shit, oh, we just bitching and complaining. It ain't all of them. Now you want us, it's some, you know what we should say, people? There's some good ICE agents out there. All of them ain't bad. Now, and no, we gotta shut down ICE. ICE has gone too far. They're killing American citizens. All of them. No, that whole thing from the top is rotten down to everybody. No, there's some pretty good ICE agents out there. That's what you should tell these stupid motherfuckers. Like they tell black people. There's still some good cops out there. It's just some rotten apples. There's some rotten apples in ICE. Continue to do what y'all do. I ain't condoning it, but it's the law. Let them do whatever the fuck they want to do. Like, this is the shit they say to us. Black people. But then now you want us to all of a sudden get upset at ICE? I don't fuck with no law enforcement. I told you all that shit is corrupt. It is no such thing of a good law enforcement agent or police officer. It's no such thing. This shit is rotten from the top. The whole system is fucked. You have to fix that shit. You have to break it down and revamp that shit. You keep some of the good shit that does work, and a lot of that other shit, you gotta fix it. It's more shit fucked up with law enforcement than some shit that's good. But this bitch sitting there talking about, and now they starting to realize, oh, they don't like what's happening. They killing American citizens now. What? See, that's that white people shit right there, man. And get the fuck out of here with that shit. Let's move on, y'all.
Of their cities or their towns being terrorized with, militarized federal agents who shoot and kill American citizens and then call them terrorists after the fact. The thing is, when you immediately demonize half the country...
Mike, shut the fuck up. Anna, that sounds like what black people been saying. Just one or two, three black people getting murdered by the police and no justice for us. It's an issue. Now they care. Now these Republicans care now. So black people, you know what that sounds like to me? This is why this shit angers me about this bitch, right? So when it was happening to black people, it wasn't that big of a deal. Comply. All this other bullshit, the right-wing shit they used to say. Now that they're saying their own people, regardless if they agree with them or not, ideology-wise, it's a white person, so they give a fuck now. That's what that shit sound like to me. And shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Bitch, first of all, you don't make any sense. And you're smarter than this. I know you're smarter than this. Bitch, that shit don't make sense. You're trying to play with our intelligence. I don't give a fuck about all of a sudden they got a problem with it now. Because it's affecting who? Them. It's been affecting us. But let's move on.
They saw from ICE in recent months. A lot of them don't. A lot of them are not in favor of their cities or their towns being terrorized with, militarized federal agents who shouldn't kill American citizens and then call them terrorists after the fact. The thing is, when you immediately demonize half the country, well, then they're going to think you're the bad guy and you're going to have these misconceptions of each other. But those misconceptions need to be dealt with because there are areas where we can work together. On the topic of
no, it's not. No, it's not. We are past that point. We are past that. And listen, I don't know if Anna is she's not getting what's going on, or she's very in tune of what's going on. Them right wingers are using your dumb ass. Let me just say this. We are past that point of demonizing. You can't demonize half of the country. Yeah, we can. Yes, we can. Because that's the times we are in. Now, you want to make a change of that, you should just say that. But stop pretending that the side that's against the other side that's doing some fucked up shit, somehow we got to understand where they're coming from. No, they on the wrong side. They're doing wrong. They voted wrong. They're standing with people that is wrong. I'm not giving them brownie points because we agree on certain shit. That shouldn't be happening. False policy. Where the fuck y'all been? And it ain't our responsibility to embrace these people after they finally seen the fucking writing on the wall. You gotta earn people respect. You gotta earn people's loyalty. We just don't give it to you. You just gotta forget. First of all, I'm not religious like that. I'm not doing that. Sorry. I told Craig and them, I'm gonna kick it with them. Fuck out of here. And we see eye to eye on this issue. Get the fuck out of here. We've been past that already, Anna. This ain't a both sides thing at this point. It's nothing that a fucking mega or Republican can defend what that they side does. It's nothing at this point. We are past that point. And for Anna to come out here and pretend, no, we got to get back to seeing eye to eye with each other. Fuck you. Fuck you. And fuck anybody else that ride with that bullshit. I don't see eye to eye with these people. Nothing. We don't have nothing in common. You do you, we gonna do us. You see, the problem is, the reason that, it used to be black people. Black Americans, we are usually the ones that always have that. We got to understand where they come from a little bit, We the ones that usually do that. We the ones that play that kumbaya shit. Now that you're seeing a lot of black Americans like, man, fuck that shit. Y'all want it this way? Okay, cool. And that goes to anybody. That's how we looking at it. Now that black people ain't on the front line of shit, or we ain't in between shit, now all of a sudden you get the Anna Kasparians, you get these other motherfuckers out here talking about black people. They been anti-black and saying slick shit out their mouth to us like we the problem. We race baiting and shit like that. Man, fuck that. I don't even give a fuck what you say we doing. All I know is a lot of us ain't fucking with y'all. And we cool with that. So y'all get cool with it. Get over it. We ain't changing our mind on this shit. You get a couple of token Negroes that'll go over there and do that bullshit, but a lot of us ain't doing that. We understand now. We get it. A lot of us woke up. A lot of us started to wake up. We get it now. We ain't got no allies. So get over it, Anna. We're not doing that shit. And there's a lot of liberal white people who are like, fuck that shit too. We're not doing that. To get these motherfuckers out here and put them back in the dark corners where the fuck we put them before, and we was trying to progress in this country. We don't want these motherfuckers. They should be shunned from society. I'm with that. They shouldn't have no power. They shouldn't have no say. You're going to be evil. Look up the evil shit that they're doing in this country. Look what they're doing. The power they got, Look what they're doing with it. And if you don't agree with them, everybody evil. They don't want to have discussions. They don't want to sit down and compromise. Fuck out of here. This bitch living in La La Land.
Trump is a piece of crap, okay? He doesn't care about human lives. He doesn't care about doing the right thing. But we also can't ignore the fact that Biden's failure to control what was going on at the border.
First of all, don't do that. That's what I'm saying. Stop doing that shit. This got nothing to do with Joe Biden. Everything that y'all seeing, see, Anna need to go and shut the fuck up. She need to go and shut the fuck. Matter of fact, Anna, just go over to the right wing. Just go over there to MAGA. We don't need to keep hearing this dumbass shit. Okay? This has nothing to do with Joe Biden, Vice President Harris, Obama, Democrats. It has nothing to do with them. Everything that y'all seeing that's happening now is because of racist ass Republicans. This shit didn't just start with Trump. They've been building to get to this point. Why you think the Supreme Court is doing what they're doing? They was not MAGA. Trump didn't put Clarence Thomas in fucking the Supreme Court. And the rest, and some of them other. Trump only put 2 in there. The rest of them came from other Republicans. They been was on this bullshit. The fuck are we talking about here? Don't blame Democrats for this bullshit. That's her go thing. Joe Biden, the Democrats. No, bitch, we ain't doing both sides. I'm past that. And people, I'm not a Democrat. But we're not going to keep doing this both sides bullshit. Or why the other side does what they do. If you're doing evil shit, that's because of you. That's who you are. Because Joe Biden did whatever the fuck she get ready to talk about has nothing to do or why they're so fucking cruel. Has nothing to do with it. Just because somebody else is fucked up doesn't mean that you got to be fucked up.
You're going to think you're the bad guy, and you're going to have these misconceptions of each other. But those misconceptions need to be dealt with because there are areas where we can work together. On the topic of immigration, Trump is a piece of crap, okay? He doesn't care about human lives. He doesn't care about doing the right thing. But we also can't ignore the fact that Biden's failure to control what was going on at the border led to a sizable portion of lifelong Democratic voters turning to the other side and voting for Trump for the first time.
First of all, that's the stupidest shit I ever heard in my life. Listen, people, I actually used to believe that, but that's not true. What she just said is bullshit. That's why she's doing what she's doing. It's all a reflection of what she's doing. So it has nothing to do with Joe Biden. Like he was so soft on the border. Let me ask y'all a question. This is how this shit makes sense to y'all. Right? Because she's trying to throw some bullshit out here. But I got the fucking light out. All my lighters is gone. Probably have to take a little break real quick. People, I run to the store. I don't have no lighters around here. I think I got one in the car, but I'm gonna check. Let me make this point real quick before I forget. People, let me ask you a question. Since Joe Biden did so much of a horrible job at the border, did it fuck a lot of your shit up when he was in office? No, the country was already fucked up regardless of the fucking border. Trump then did everything he has done. Where's the gas prices at? Listen, people, we almost been almost 6 years from COVID. The debt went up, gas went up, the food went up even more, shit went high. This all comes from Trump. When Biden was leaving office, shit started to go down. They don't want to acknowledge that. Shit was starting to go down. If he probably been in there right now, shit probably been started getting better. But look where we at. Only people eating right now is the 1%. Ain't nobody got shit. People lost their houses, farms, everything. Come on, man. What we talking about? Tourism is down. Everything down. We ain't in a pandemic, people, but tourism is down. Tell me how that's working. I mean, tell me that's Biden's fault. Everything that's fucked up now, somehow this is Biden's fault. And the stupid Democrats that somehow Biden's so fucked up and all this, voted Republican, voted MAGA, fuck them too. They just as stupid as the MAGAs. Because look what we got. You telling me that you don't think Vice President Harris would have did a better job if she was in office right now? We wouldn't be in a better place? Are you really telling me that? Yeah, okay. Yo, listen, people. Y'all let these people keep lying to y'all. Let them keep lying to y'all. Give me 1 second, people. I'll be right back. All right, people, I'm back. I swore I did have a light in there, but I do. I still probably gotta go to the store though. This motherfucker, this is my grill lighting and shit, or torch lighting and shit. But yeah, like don't let these people play with y'all intelligence, acting like, oh, this is the reason we in the situation that we are in because of Joe Biden and his policies. No, Joe Biden policies could have been better, but this is not the reason that people went to go vote. If they did to go vote for MAGA, then okay. I don't give a fuck about them stupid Democrats. Okay. Let's move on. This is the most ridiculous conversation ever.
Control what was going on at the border led to a sizable portion of lifelong Democratic voters turning to the other side and voting for Trump for the first time. They didn't do that because they're racists. They didn't do that because they're bad people. They did it because whether you want to believe it or not, you don't have a sovereign country if you don't have a border. And when you allow...
First of all, I don't... First of all, that is far from what you're saying. Let me explain something to you people. We do have a fucking border. Like this, that's that right-wing talking point shit. We have a border. Now, if you're talking about policies of letting immigrants come over and it's a little soft of them getting into the country, coming through the border, I get that. But stop saying right-wing shit when we don't have a border. We have a fucking border. Nobody's just walking through the fucking the Mexico shit between us and Mexico, or even us and Canada. The fuck are you talking about, bitch? But that's her hanging around them white supremacists. That's her hanging around MAGA and them. Her language is even different. We don't have a border. If we don't have a border, we have a sovereign nation. That's white supremacy. That's what you heard from MAGA and them. She's saying the same shit that they were saying, which wasn't true. Just making up shit, fear mongering. And Anna should be a disgrace, yo. She's a disgrace. She should feel like shit. You ain't helping, bitch. I don't know why you think that. Go fuck yourself. Maybe you need to get some dick or something. Maybe your husband ain't fucking you right or something. Like seriously, at this point, you sound like a bitter old white woman. Finally coming out to be free to be a racist. You've been hiding it. You've been pushing it down for so long. Just stop. Go fuck yourself, bitch. Like seriously. I mean, literally too.
First time. They didn't do that because they're racist. They didn't do that because they're bad people. They did it because whether you want to believe it or not, you don't have a sovereign country if you don't have a border. And when you allow, we don't know the exact number, right? I've seen numbers as high as 10 million people. When 10 million, let's say it's 10 million, I've heard higher numbers that I personally don't believe. But let's say 10 million people come into the country in 4 short years. That is going to be disruptive, right, to certain communities. And we saw how disruptive it was. And not only did Biden lose track of what was going on at the border, he did not offer support to these communities that suddenly had a massive wave of migration.
Let me just say this. First of all, who the fuck are you talking about? Because when it came to immigration, they came to black communities. It was in black communities. I keep telling y'all, a lot of these immigrants that come from different countries, they usually go to our communities. Now, it's very rare that you may see them in white communities that's like the poor neighborhoods. It was like a poor town out there in Ohio when they was talking all that shit about the Haitians, right? They actually was building back up their economy, building up their town. And their racism still took over there. So it didn't matter if they was good immigrants. You put all these immigrants over there. It ain't the immigration Immigration is not the fucking problem. It's the fucking policies. We're not investing in our people. That's the issue. Now, what she's not telling you again, what she used to tell these right-wingers, instead of siding with them on bullshit, is that Biden came up with a solution. It was kind of what Trump is kind of doing, but it cut out a lot of the inhumane shit that he was doing, that he's doing now for his policies. It was mainly the right wing. You couldn't be mad at that. Trump didn't want to do that policy, and he still didn't wind up doing it. It actually was worse than what Biden and them offered. And he told the Republicans, no, don't go along with that. That's my issue. And he ran on fear-mongering. She knows this, but now Trump is in power. I don't know if she's scared or lonely that I don't know why she's drifted. But all I know is she's a goddamn liar at this point. She's a fucking liar. And then she said, I don't know how many people came across the border. Well, you should know that before you even speak on it. Because that matters. People, it wasn't 10 million people. that we let in, that Biden let in through the years that he was in. It wasn't 10 million fucking people. First of all, we don't even have 10 million babies a year. Okay? It wasn't no fucking 10 million people came here. It's a fucking lie. It's probably around, it's in the millions, but it ain't 10 million. It's probably around, last time I checked, it was a while ago. Last time I checked, it was around like 2 million, something like that, I think. Right? It's been a minute since I looked that shit up. But it wasn't no fucking 10 million. Shit, the right wing can tell you it was 20, 25 million. Because they over-exaggerating shit. Fear-mongering. And she's doing the same shit. If she don't know she's doing that, or she does know that, either way it's fucked up. Fear-mongering. Trying to justify people voting for a racist. Fuck out of here. First of all, you got to be a racist to vote for Trump. Don't tell me, oh, because of Joe Biden, because of the border. You vote for Trump, you voting for a racist. We're not going to play this policy bullshit. We are way past that shit. And that's what she's trying to do now. They did this. No, fuck out of here. Biden didn't do this.
We saw how disruptive it was. And not only did Biden lose track of what was going on at the border, he did not offer support to these communities that suddenly had a massive wave of migration. They didn't have the housing for it.
First of all, you cannot lose. And then she's lying. She's talking about, and he just lost what was happening at the border. He the president. It is people in place for him to know that this shit is happening. So that's a lie right there. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh my God. Oh, she's bad. This is bad.
Have the assistance, basically, food assistance, whatever it may be. And so these localities had to bear the financial burden of that. And guess what happened? Voters got really upset. That's not to say that.
First of all, anybody that got upset, I was hearing some black people from the black community saying that shit. First of all, bitch, these are the same. Listen, I don't like getting out on my black folks like this, but some of my black folks, but we got to be honest. What financial shit from the government that you're wasn't getting? What assistance that you wasn't getting? See, and listen, and I can put it this way, because I'm not in that realm of getting shit from the government, not anymore. I understand it, but I don't get shit from the government, right? Assistance and all that shit, right? I get that. There's certain shit that do affect me for government shit that I do get, right? That my family do get because of my daughter, right? I get that part, right? But some of the shit they was talking about, these motherfuckers was talking about getting food stamps. And I'm like, okay, so you're going to go with Trump, and then he wound up cutting this shit? And so you ain't getting it? Or you want to take it away from the immigrants? Okay, cool. Fine. Go from there. And now you vote for Trump, and now neither one of y'all get it. You wasn't getting it before, and now you definitely ain't going to get it. Tell me how that makes sense. Tell me how that makes sense. Now neither one of y'all get nothing. Listen, people, I can break down immigration in a way that I can get out on my own people for this, and I definitely can do it on the other side, right? It's irrelevant at this point. Because at this point, the shit is just cruel. What's happening to immigrant people over here? The shit is damn near cruel. We enslaving immigrants. Just let y'all know that. Trump and his administration, America is literally enslaving immigrants. Why is it taking so long to deport these people? If they're here illegal, it shouldn't take that long. You know why they ain't deported? Because the rich is making money off of it. But you motherfuckers that got a problem with immigration got no problem with that. That's taxpayer money. You giving to the 1% of these immigrants that's here illegal, right? We paying for these motherfuckers to be locked up. They're building jails, concentration camps, if you want to call them, whatever you want to call them. That's our money. Like I said, I'll get deep into that, but I'll leave it there. But she wants to act like we need to understand the other side. We still losing. Dealing with the other side, we still losing. That don't make no sense. If we losing over here, and we really, really losing over here, why the fuck would I go over there? Let's move on.
Localities had to bear the financial burden of that, and guess what happened? Voters got really upset.
So what?
That's not to say that we shouldn't bring in immigrants from other countries. This country is what it is because of immigrants. Immigrants make this country a million times better, but that doesn't mean you just kind of, have a broken system, allow it to fester, leading to an angry electorate.
First of all, Anna, the problem is you keep trying to blame just Democrats for it. The Republicans had plenty of years in the last 30, 40 years to fix the shit. Or work with the Democrat Party to fix it. They chose not to. Okay? Because they make money off of these illegal immigrants too. They work at these businesses and shit. They give them that work that be in the field, them jobs that you say black people won't do. These people made money off these people. So now they got a problem with it now all of a sudden. Like I said, I don't even want to go down that rabbit hole with immigration. I told you I don't even talk about immigration no more because it's irrelevant at this point. Because this shit is just cruel. So I don't need to have to break shit down to people. If you don't see if you're not seeing what I'm seeing, as far as how what this administration is doing with immigration is cruel, then I don't know what to tell you. This ain't just about policy at this point. This is cruel shit. And if you know your history in this country, it has happened before. They did it to the Italians. Okay? They have did it to every race group in America. That race group ever in this country. They have done it to all of us. And the bad part about it is still ignorant ass people that's okay with this shit. Well, there's just too many of them coming over. Bitch, they're not affecting your community. Stop. Your community is fucked up because of the way you vote. Or who you're voting for. This got nothing to do with immigrants. At the end of the day, we all fucking immigrants if you want to be real. And I guarantee you, if you put a poll up from all the minorities, other than white folks, so you might get about 10 to 20% of white people say, yeah, I think white people should go before any other race. They'll kick white people the fuck out. White people will get the fuck out of here. That's why it's like blasphemy that I hear white people talking about immigration. Shut the fuck up. Because at the end of the day, we have a real poll. People really can vote. Who get kicked out first, it's going to be y'all. Let's move on.
This country a million times better, but that doesn't mean you just kind of, have a broken system, allow it to fester, leading to an angry electorate that decides to take a chance on someone like Donald Trump.
So it's so interesting.
And mind you, And you see how she just is all on Democrats. Like Democrats in the last 20 years, or just say 30 years, they only ones been in office. She don't put no responsibility on Republicans. And then if you look at what was really Trump policy about immigrants, to shut down the border. Let's get all the illegal immigrants out here that was violent. Then he lied about that. Then he said it doesn't matter if they committed a crime or not. They're here illegally. Now he lied, and now they got a problem with it. So them Democrats that probably was like, yeah, we need to get these illegal immigrants that commit crime. People, I keep saying this. Okay? This is where they bamboozle people. Right? I swear I don't like talking about immigration. But it needs to be said. People, they wanted to get all the violent criminals, illegal criminals out of the country. Nobody got a problem with that. I don't got a problem with that. I don't got a problem with that. I really don't. But what happened was Trump got the power and started blowing up. So feeling himself, and the plan was that anyway, if you read Project 2025, where people try to act like it's not connected to Trump and his administration, was bullshit, because some of those people that helped create Project 2025 is in his administration. Okay, cool, whatever. But what they do? Now they just running around discriminating against people. Now they literally walking around even going farther than stop and frisk. They racially profiling. Literally. And the Supreme Court said, it's okay. All of them ain't Trump people that Trump put in there. They are right-wingers that was put in there by George Bush, Ronald Reagan, and them. Both Bushes. And Ronald Reagan and them. But what the fuck are we talking about here? So, listen, Anna, you can try to play this little drift game that you're trying to act like we're stupid. Listen. I'm trying to figure out, what are you upset at Democrats for? This ain't their policy or what's going on. On one hand, you can't say, oh, I understand why people are upset because the Democrats didn't do this and didn't do that, false immigration. But then the cruise shit happened, and somehow you still blame the Democrats for the cruise shit that's happening? That shit don't make no sense to me. But anyway, let's move on.
Have a broken system, allow it to fester, leading to an angry electorate that decides to take a chance on someone like Donald Trump.
So it's so interesting.
First of all, our country, Trump wouldn't have won if we really truly did have fair elections in this country. We really don't. The electoral college is bullshit. And if I'm Democrats, and it might affect you in certain ways, but make the shit fair. Get rid of the electoral college. That shit got to go. Because Trump would not have won the first time or the second time. He would never have stepped into the White. Never would touch that bitch unless somebody invited him. And who would invite this piece of shit to the White House? You have the most disgusting people have stepped into the White House since back in the day. Like civil rights are type shit. These are the most horrible people of this generation. In the last 30, 40 years. The most horrible people have stepped into that White House. But we supposed to be, there's no racism here no more. We American. Bullshit. We let racists in the White House in the 2020s. Come on, man. Move on. Shit is horrible.
Have a broken system, allow it to fester, leading to an angry electorate that decides to take a chance on someone like Donald Trump.
So it's so interesting, your take on this, because in the UK, we also have a very polarized discussion on immigration. And it often feels like either you are pro-immigration, and if you suggest that there should be any kind of restrictions on immigration, you know, you should be pro-open border, you are racist, you are anti-immigrant.
First of all, we're not dealing with rational human beings, right? Because you got to understand about. So I'm about to skip this because I don't want to keep talking about immigration. I want to get to where it affects us, of people like Anna, that we shouldn't listen to at all anymore. I'm just trying to break down her. You see where her thought process is on bullshit. But this is not a policy thing. This is a moral thing. I can sit down with the other side if they are somewhat decent human beings. We just disagree on ideology. I get that. Right? I can be okay. Listen, I can be in a place with people that's very religious. People that don't believe in abortion. I can do that. I'm okay with that. Right? But it's certain shit that cross lines. Okay? Listen, it's a moral thing at this point. To say this has nothing to do with policies. This is morals and principles. You have to have those things. If you don't have them, then what the fuck are we talking about? I don't give a fuck about what your religion or what your ideology is at this point. It's a moral thing. You can call me anti whatever. I don't give a fuck. Morally, if that shit ain't right, call me whatever. Ain't gonna change my mind. We treat people like people are human beings. And we have to understand that. But you definitely have to be cautious who you allow and bring over in your country. But the world is not perfect. We're going to allow people to come over here and we make mistakes. They will come over here and do some fuck shit. But sometimes it's our system. Our laws are not like a lot of laws where a lot of these immigrants come from. So when they get over here, they lackluster. They be like, oh, we can get away with this and get like, so certain shit happens. Society in America is the problem. It's not everybody else. It's us. We have lost our morals and principles. It's not the immigrants. It's not even the rest of the world to a certain extent. It's us. We supposed to be the beacon of morals and principles and giving a fuck about other humans. That's what America's supposed to be. But we've been lying to ourselves and pretending that we these people. We're not. And it's showing now. So what's happening to immigrant people in this country, I'm not shocked about it. Because it's been happening to the American people. We live in a capitalist country. People only give a fuck about themselves. And now you're starting to see it. But let me see if I can get to the part that I want to get to. Give me 1 second, y'all. See if I can get to this part. All right, people. Hopefully, I got the clip. Hit the festival a little bit. Hopefully, I got the right clip, right part of the clip. But it was an hour show, but I was trying to get to the clip where this shit is offensive to black people. To me, this is what I feel, and this is why we can't trust people like Anna Kasparian. Let's get into it real quick. Hold on, go back a little bit.
Subscribe to every marker on the pamphlet, then you're not a true member and you can be excluded. I mean, to what extent is moral clarity part of why this shift is occurring, do you think?
I think it's a huge part, but it's personal, right? Because interpretations of morality differ from one person to another. And I'm sure that's a statement that'll make some on the left cringe because they have a more collectivist mindset. But you really can't deny the fact that morality is a very intimate and personal thing. And so for me, my morality means I need to find avenues to use the work I do to try to improve people's lives, push for policies that are going to make people's lives better. And for me, dividing people and being hyper obsessed with identity is immoral. Because I don't want to see.
First of all, yeah, that makes sense, right? Everything she said makes sense, right? Wouldn't disagree, but that's not the real reality we live in. And you keep trying to push this narrative is that, well, I gotta find a space to make people's lives better. First of all, let me be honest. You're no politician. If you wanted to make some shit better, why you don't run? You have a better chance. I will understand what Anna is saying more if she ran for some type of office. That'll make sense to me. You are a journalist, right? And I'm being nice about that, but you are a journalist. You're just saying what you're saying. It doesn't, words affect people, but you have to be in positions to find avenues to help and fix shit in the way that she's speaking, right? And that's why I always tell y'all, I know my place in this shit. I couldn't run for office. I wouldn't last. They would expel me that, listen, because I would speak too much truth. I would be too honest for these people. You think Trump be on some bullshit? I'll be on some bullshit on some good shit. But in politics, they don't hear the truth. They don't want to hear the truth. They want you to be nice to people that are not nice to you. They want you to be nice to people that are bigots and racists that's in office. I'm not doing that. But let me say this to Anna. I agree with everything you said. That makes sense. That's Martin Luther King one. That sounds so similar. The problem is you ain't running for nothing. You're not running for nothing. You don't have no impact like you think. Somebody, I want to get to a space where I'm affecting and helping people's lives. Of what? You're not in there fighting for policies. You're not in a position to help fight for policies. So what you're saying is bullshit. It's irrelevant. I ain't gonna call it bullshit, but it's irrelevant. Listen, I always tell y'all, when I speak this shit that I'm talking about, I'm not trying to tell people how to vote. I'm not telling people how to live their life. My whole point is to ask yourself how you want to be treated. Because none of us are the same. We are different individuals. We may believe in certain things. We may have certain ideologies the same. but we're not the same. We're different people. So some of my shit makes sense to people. Some of it doesn't. Some people agree with it. Some people doesn't. It's okay with me. At least I'm honest about it. But I don't like people like Anna sit there like she got this, all of a sudden she's trying to describe her bullshit of what she's doing to you're making money off of what you're doing. That's number one. And number two, talk about I'm just trying to find avenues to help people. You're not doing that by sitting on your only getting on these platforms talking, just talking. Go run for office, bitch. Go run for office to make change. You talking about it means nothing. Especially when we know you're drifting. Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to my brother Bell in the building. Shout out to Game in the building. Shout out to my brother Talking in the building. Shout out to my brother LT in the building. What up, LT? Listen, that dude, sooner or later, listen, I spoke about this last stream. That dude, listen, this was bound to happen. And actually, he got arrested for attempted murder, if I'm not mistaken. He got some charges. Because number one, he literally, this is how stupid people are. Some people are, right? This motherfucker literally lied on his own recording feed of what happened. Mind you, this is the court. He's coming out of court. He's coming out the court. It is video there. Everything's recorded. There's more cameras around the courthouse than anywhere. And he literally lied on camera. That's why they charged him. Because he literally lied. But he's lying. And then they would, and listen, we ain't seen the feed from the courthouse. People, he lied. Because number one, you got a reputation of going around intentionally antagonizing black people to get a reaction. So listen, let me explain this to racist white people. It's not a discussion of how we continue to use the N-word, right? If you got that much of a problem with it, like, well, why we can't use it? Why are you asking? You need to ask yourself why are you so concerned with that? Why you want to say it? Huh? You need to ask yourselves that question. Stop. But see, he fucked up because the stupid motherfucker said on his own live feed, he said they was pointing and laughing at me from a distance. And I walked up to them. What are you walking up to those people for? To the brother, whatever, right? What are you walking up to them for? So you actually intentionally walked in their space and then try to pretend that, matter of fact, we'll get into it. I think I probably just go to, I'm just trying to get to this clip of where this shit bothered me with her. And I want to move on. We'll get into that because that's a whole nother discussion. That shit, and he should go to jail. Because just off of him being stupid, he should go to jail. Not because he's racist. Not because I believe most likely that's what he wanted to do to try to kill or shoot a black person. Just because he's stupid. But let's let me see. Hopefully, this is this part of it.
I mean, I live in such a diverse place, and I specifically live here because it's a diverse place, right? I'm still in Los Angeles, California. I don't want to leave. I don't want to move. I love the fact that there are people from all around the world here. But I see them as my fellow Americans. I don't see them as, oh, those are my Mexican neighbors, or oh, those are my Black neighbors. No, those are my neighbors. Those are my fellow.
First, Anna, don't do that white liberal shit. See, that's that inner racist shit. I'm sorry, that's that white supremacy in the closet. I'm a racist shit. I don't see him as no race. Listen, everybody's a human being to me, but I damn sure see race. I damn sure see color. See, that's that shit I'm talking about. That's not real reality. There's never been that. In the history of this country, it's never been that. First of all, that's not even the world, Craig. People got different culture and from other countries, and their skin is a certain different skin of different race. This whole notion that people like Anna want to pretend, I just see them as fellow Americans. I don't see color. That's what she's saying. That right-wing bullshit. But anyway, let's move on.
Americans. And I just started to feel that it was becoming increasingly immoral, that all the conversations that were being had on the left in America, it's kind of died down a little bit lately, which I'm happy about. But certainly in the COVID era, all of the conversations were about how different we are from one another because of our identity. And then it would go to...
And we are. We are. Anna, you're nothing like me. You're not like a lot of Black people. First of all, you couldn't walk in certain parts of the Black community. Like, this is be real. This whole notion that she's sitting there trying to say identity doesn't matter. Bullshit. It does. Because if that's the case, what are we mad at gay people for? Gay people are the most diverse. You got all types of different races of people. And that identity matters. And they're very strong on that shit. Of them being gay. That's their identity. Fuck are you talking about, bitch? Identity does matter. And what you identify as, it does. So now we got to excuse racist white people. That's their identity. They want to be racist. I just look at you as my fellow American, even though you identify as a racist. What? Anyway, let's move on. This is why, Anna, I don't even know why people platform this bitch anymore. Especially on the left. I don't know why y'all platform her.
Like, I guess ordering different groups based on where they land on this like hierarchical system, like who's the most oppressed. And it's just, it didn't lead to anything positive. It just led to anger. I think it led to more racism. We have to get to a place where we recognize the wrongdoings of the past.
Anna, that's not the left. I'm sorry, my bad. It's not just the left. It's the right too. And you're siding with these people. Like, what is going on here? Let's just say she's right. That's happening in the left. What is the right doing? Is they helping? What are you, basically what you're asking for is a dictatorship. Because at this point, everybody should feel, we all should feel American. No. You ask the Native Americans. See, listen. I'm part Native American. Okay, listen. That Native American, listen. I had conversations with them, man. You think Black people A lot of black people don't fuck with white people like that. Hey man. I know some Native American people that don't really fuck with these so-called black Americans. That it seems like y'all we doing the work for white supremacy, the people that took their country. Like let's just stop pretending. And it's almost like trying to erase history. Yes, do we want shit to be better? Yes, but stop trying to ignore shit. We're not in the place right now, Anna, to be everybody can sit down and have conversations about things and not be upset. We're past that. And I don't know why you want to somehow what you're trying to start a new movement out of that. That shit, that ship has sailed at this point. It's a lot of division. And what it really is, it's because black people won't be they talking Negroes no more. And that comes from all the races, different races and cultures of people in this country. The black Americans are not taking the forefront of that. We're not in the middle. We're not in the front line. We're not doing that. We understand what y'all want. You come over here. We're not going over there. And that's what they mad at. So, fuck out of here with that shit. So, fuck Anna.
Also, seeing everyone as our fellow Americans. Otherwise, we're doomed. Like, we're never going to get anything done.
An August 2023 discussion on your show, The Young Turks, you said, I'm done with the identitarian garbage. It's a giant distraction, denouncing essentially the identity politics you're referring to here. What exactly do you think it's a distraction from?
It's a distraction from what this should be about. This is a class war, period, end of story. So look at the elite getting reelected again and again, no problem, no challenge, no nothing. In the meantime, the powerless, okay, are fighting each other over identitarian bullshit. That's what I'm saying.
No. Listen, you know the bad part about it? Anna says good shit and it makes sense. But if you just let her speak long enough, you be like, bitch, you have no clue. Right? Listen, I've been telling people this is a class thing. Right? This is a class thing. The problem is we can just focus on the class thing, but that's not real reality. That's not all of what real reality is, right? We need to focus on that. Classism. She's not lying about that. It's a fact. I said that. The problem is race has a say in that. Cultures matter. Cultures matter. The country is fucked up. I just keep saying that. We keep trying to act like we're the greatest country in the world. We can be great, but even the great people got flaws, right? So the country could be, you can say that America is the greatest country, the best country in the world, but we got flaws. I'm not disagreeing, but the problem is when you stop living in reality. I am not trying to listen. At my core of who I am, I'm Martin Luther King. Right? I wish we all could. This shit wouldn't matter. You know? I push for that shit. Right? But in reality, I'm Malcolm X, nigga. I live in real reality. It's wishful thinking, but it's reality. I have both. I wish a lot of shit. But reality is reality. And we can't ignore real reality. And that's my issue. But anyway, let's move on.
That's what I'm saying. I have a lot more in common with a black worker than I do with like an Armenian executive at like a big company. You get what I'm saying?
And I suppose that's what the goal, in essence, of what we call identity politics today was meant to be, right? Which was to highlight the ways in.
And by you see how she brung up identity? She brung up black. That's her identity. Or Armenian, because I think is Armenian, right? But look how you just threw identity and race into this. You trying to explain what you're saying. So identity matters. Race matters. Now, listen, it's okay for you to say what I just said. I wish we didn't have to do this shit with identity and race. For everybody to get along. But that's not real reality. You listen, Martin Luther King wanted that. And we love and respect him for that. But we, as black people, a lot of us, we love Malcolm X because he lived real reality. Martin wanted to fight for some wishful shit, but some of it happened, right? And we love him for that. But we love Malcolm because he was in real reality. He was living in real reality. And we can love both perspectives of outlooks of things. But at the end of the day, that's what makes black people the way we are, though. Because that's what makes us special. Because we wish some shit. Oh, we hope some shit. But the reality is reality. And see, we got the best of both worlds with that shit. That's why I never put like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and like they not on the same level. They are to me. They are to me. Because at the core of who black people really are, we both of that. We both who those men was of their movements. And all our ancestors on both sides, which we all won, but you know, different outlooks in life. I never put Martin over Malcolm or Malcolm over Martin. Like, I would never do that. They equal to me in a way.
Which are distinctions make us privy to certain forms of oppression within society. I don't think they were originally destined to pit us against one another. How do you think that occurred? Like, how did we go from sort of just understanding that your subjectivity as a Black disabled woman, for example, makes you more vulnerable to a certain number of factors within society to sort of creating sort of these hierarchies that separate us, I suppose is what you're saying?
Well, because the way that we talked about these issues kind of led to a form of grievance politics and calls for punishment toward groups of people who never carried out those bad acts against anyone.
Yeah, it is. And right there, that's getting her, she getting in her racist bag. She getting in her inner closet white supremacist bag. Let me explain something to y'all very clearly what she's getting ready to start doing. Listen, you heard what the other British woman said, how we get here. Watch how Anna makes this shit about black people. That we're the ones that made this shit the way it kind of is. And still kind of like it's the Democrat shit, but everybody know black people vote more Democratic. So we get it. We know what you're doing. But anyway, watch how it's black people fault. Watch the bag she get in. And this is what happened when you all around, when you're sitting down with white people to try to get you to understand what they're saying. I'm not trying to understand a racist like Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson can't say shit to me. I don't give a fuck which school he went to, how educated he is. He's a racist. It doesn't matter how educated a racist is. They are racist. Of course, he can put some shit together that makes some type of sense. He's intelligent. He's an intelligent racist. What that matter? He's still a racist. He's still intelligent, but he's still a racist. But let's listen to her. She can get in her bag on her white supremacy.
Of grievance politics and calls for punishment toward groups of people who never carried out those bad acts against anyone. You get what I'm saying? So, all right, I'll give you an example. And like, I'm personally not offended by this. I don't really care. But I know how devastating and toxic it is to a society. So, for instance, after the George Floyd protests happened and everything, there was this culture of people openly saying some pretty horrific things about, people with light skin. First
of all, Anna, and I say this to all white people, good or bad. If you don't think we're talking about you, you shouldn't be offended. And she's talking about light-skinned people. She's talking about white people. Ain't no light-skinned white people. They white. We got light-skinned black people. Have y'all ever seen a light-skinned white person? Or light-skinned would you call a light-skinned white person light-skinned? No. You call certain black people the different shades light-skinned. That came from us. Because we've been through the slave trade and all that shit. So somehow people are light-skinned. They're more lighter than the dark-skinned black people. Shit, you got dark-skinned black people, you got brown-skinned black people, you got light-skinned black people. We're the only race like that in America that actually acknowledges that. Okay? So, what light-skinned white person you talking about? They white. Ain't no light-skinned white person. They white. But that's her playing gymnastics with words, right? Trying to pretend that she ain't a racist. But anyway, this shit is horrible. This is a horrible take that she's doing. And then you don't see skin color. You don't see race. You don't want to talk. You don't want to get into that. We all Americans. But you're ignoring what those dark-skinned, which is black people, or what we're talking about, because you feel like some of us race baiting. And that's what she's saying. See, I understand what she's doing. Listen, I understand white supremacy like a motherfucker. I know the words they use. I know inner closet racists, how they speak. I know that shit. And bitch, you are no different than that because you think that you could just use words. Certain words in a way that somehow confuse me. I'm a common sense thinker. I know what the fuck you doing. Now, like I said, I'm an honest dude. I'll be honest about shit. So you can't use certain words to try to fuck my mind up that you're not trying to say this and say that. But anyway, let's move on.
Protests happened and everything. There was this culture of people openly saying some pretty horrific things about, people with light skin. Just open racism against white people. And I know that sounds crazy because historically speaking, white people have been of privilege, right? But we're also living in a country right now where it doesn't matter if you're white, if you're a working class person, you're screwed. And how is it helpful to now do the reverse of the terrible, bigoted or biased comments that were said about other groups of people? Like, you're not going to change.
First of all, Anna, it would make more sense of what you're saying if the truth of these black people that you're talking about. Do you know? See, this is the problem that I have with white people in this country, regardless if they're good or bad. They genuinely don't understand our struggle. They genuinely don't. At the core of who black people are and the shit that we've been through and the shit that we still go through, and it's not as openly like it used to be back in the day, like how shit used to be, but it's still the same. Because societies grow. Races grow. Races get more intelligent, don't they? So black people get more experience and get more intelligent about receiving discrimination and racism and watching out for it. Nothing changed really like that. People want to pretend that it did, but it didn't. Listen, people, why are you bringing black people up about this? Why is it our issue? Because we're explaining what it is. You're uncomfortable with what we're saying, or you got a problem with it, is because a black person is saying it. Okay? Now, in her defense, in a way, she go at the Jewish people with the same shit, which she should, right? But our people don't have power in this country like white European Jews do. What power we got? The last shit that black people empowered, that really changed some shit, was the Civil Rights Act. That was us. But since then, we made steps to fix shit. But we always had to include everybody in our shit. Jewish people, they got their own lobbyists. Black people don't. How the fuck Israel, another country, or have a... Listen, let me just say this to the Jewish community. It's smart. I get it. And black people should look at that and we should do it. But we know better, right? We know how that should have looked. Just how they do black people now. Right now at this moment. The Jewish community has got with Israel, they people, right? White Europeans that's in this country that's Jewish, has got with they people to open up a lobbyist group in America. And they take foreign money. They pass policies so that shit can be legal here. Facts. Okay? Let black people do the same shit Jewish people was doing. White European Jews. What they doing with Africa or any of the black continents outside of America. Watch how that shit be very differently. Now, to prove my point even more, you notice now all the different races of people, right? The coons don't matter because they were white supremacy. We're not talking about those niggas. All the different races of people. All of a sudden in America got a problem with black Americans saying, you know what? We ain't doing that no more. We about us. We trying to fix us. We trying to do us. We don't give a fuck about what's going on with y'all. But mind you, the white European Jews in this country got a whole motherfucking money system going on to change our politics for us to side with them to fix their communities and over there in Israel. Nobody got a problem with that. But when the black people and the black Americans say, we need to have our own motherfucking shit. We need to start doing for us. We done. Let me be very, very honest. We don't see the Jewish community come out and support us like that. Not all of them. Because a lot of them racist. It's a nice percentage of white European Jews that ain't racist. Give them that. But majority of them racist. They don't give a fuck about their own. So what is the problem about us doing it? We ain't on no racist shit. We just saying we about our people. We just don't give a fuck about what's going on with y'all. It don't affect us. We're trying to build out shit. And I told y'all, this ain't new of what they're doing to black people now. Now we want to do our own shit, this anti-black shit. It's not new. They did this shit with our ancestors. With Black Wall Street. They can't handle black people living their own lives and don't need them. They can't handle it. They want black people to need them. They want black people to be a part of what they're doing, to mistreat us, to make them feel good about themselves. They want to put black people in a position to humiliate themselves in front of these white people for money to survive. This ain't new. This is why that's why I tell black people, black Americans, do not get upset. They're using some of our own people from different continents and shit. I get it. Do not get upset. Tell them motherfuckers, fuck you. It ain't gonna change what we standing on. We standing on business. We don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. We just don't like the disrespect because we don't know where it's coming from. These motherfuckers are so mad at us that the majority of black people are like, we over here, we kicking it with Craig and them. We holler at you. Gotta go. See you when we see you. They mad about that. That's why you seeing all this anti-black shit on the internet. Let it be what it be, people. My black folks, don't get upset. We ain't gonna stand for the disrespect for us, but don't get angry about it. Understand when we're seeing this shit, this anti-blackness from these different races of people, understand it's working. What we standing on is working. It's working. And that's why they mad. They can call us race baiters. They can call us anti-this, anti-that. Call it whatever. Call it whatever you want to call it. But it doesn't change reality. Let's move on.
Speaking, white people have been of privilege, right? But we're also living in a country right now where it doesn't matter if you're white, if you're a working class person, you're screwed. And how is it helpful to now do the reverse of the terrible, bigoted or biased comments that were...
First of all, that ain't all black people. You're taking a little small portion of black people that maybe say shit and you heard. That's on you. Now, mind you, and that's why you doing this in the closet racist shit, because a certain portion of black people, that ain't the whole black community. So what are you being anti-black for? I ain't anti-white people. I ain't anti-Jewish people. I ain't anti-gay people. I ain't anti African immigrants. Like you're the Mexican people, Latin. I'm not that. It's not what I'm saying. But I will call out the racists and the bigotry. And I won't say them all. But I won't be mad at everybody in that community. But it is a community problem. What she's talking about black people, that's a small portion. And I know why you don't know that is because you're not connected to the black community. So you don't know us. We don't think like that. Some motherfuckers that do say that, we kind of don't fuck with them anyway. Or they motherfuckers that we don't, they're not going to be on our front lines of saying nothing. But you want to use that little small portion of black people that does that. Get the fuck out of here. And then try to blame it on black people. She could have used any other race, but she used it with us. What's going on with the Latino community? Why are you speaking on them? And that anti-blackness, that anti-racism. Matter of fact, I'm sorry, because you're doing what they do. Well, some of them do. You had no problem with that, though. You don't bring them up. Don't bring us up in your bullshit. You racist because you racist. Anna, it is what it is. You anti-black at this point. Unless we agree with your dumb ass. You doing Trump shit. Give me 1 second. All right, people, I'm back. Listen, let me say this. This is why the internet is a good and a bad thing, right? You see how she takes certain comments or certain black people she hear from or she's seen or whatever because she's on the internet all the fucking time, right? And you don't know all these people are black. That's number one thing is, too. You don't know everybody on the internet black. Right? So, or whatever race. People say fuck shit. But now somehow we supposed to take her perspective of because shit she have seen on the internet that somehow that's the whole black community and that's the issue. That's the problem. No, fuck out of here, Anna. Just like you're in the closet racist. I don't think everybody that's white is racist because you saying some racist shit. Matter of fact, it's lazy and it's irresponsible. And she should be ashamed of her fucking self. And I don't give a fuck you saying some. But your anti-blackness shit or not speaking up for black shit got nothing to do with certain black people that maybe you heard from or said some shit that's why you changing your narrative about shit, about standing up for what's right. The fuck out of here, and you decide with racist white people. That shit don't even make any fucking sense. Let's move on. This woman is a racist. I don't know the fuck what y'all talking about.
Speaking, white people have been of privilege, right? But we're also living in a country right now where it doesn't matter if you're white, if you're a working class person, you're screwed. And how is it helpful to now do the reverse of the terrible, bigoted or biased comments that were said about other groups of people? Like, you're not going to change the culture unless you're willing to reject all of that, right? And you don't want to.
First of all, Anna, what are you saying? Are you saying that black people are condoning other black people to be bigoted? Because we can't be racist towards another group of people in this country because we don't have the fucking power to do it. So, because certain black people use the language, we're not. What are you trying to say? We're okay with what they're saying? Some of these certain black people say certain shit? What are you talking about, bitch? What black people you sitting down and we saying, yeah, that's okay. That's okay these black people were saying this. What black people you sitting down with that you having conversation? First, Anna, you're not sitting down with black people like that. You're not. You're not. You're not. And I say this on some real shit. That's like me saying, because I had an interaction with certain Africans, and the shit didn't go well. Seen some bigotry, some racist, like that. I assume all of them like that. First of all, number one, I'm too grown for that. I'm a grown ass man. I've been around a long fucking time. You know you're gonna get bad apples in your own community. A lot more than you may like, but they exist. Now, you have a responsibility to say, I don't fuck with them motherfuckers if they thinking and feeling that way. But for her to sit there and do this whole 160 kumbaya bullshit, we gotta accept white people. You sitting down with Tucker Carlson. He's a racist. See, that's why I'm saying her whole, when she's talking about this, it really doesn't even matter. Her shit gets debunked right away. She's sitting down with Tucker Carlson. He's a racist. She sit down with racists. And you're trying to somehow question our morals and shit and principles? When you sit down with racists, Anna, I guess you think we stuck on stupid. But anyway, let's move on. Black people, she is a danger to our community. Do not have this woman in our presence. Do not allow her around your kids. Do not let her in your community. In our community. Seriously. You never trust this type of white woman. If she flipped this bitch to the whole 260 of a certain black people on some shit. And then now somehow this ain't working for me. First of all, I already established that I don't fuck with motherfuckers that's bigoted black people. I don't have to switch over to try to understand somebody else because there's certain black people in my culture or whatever that's like that. I call them niggas out. But now I gotta sit on with some motherfuckers that's even worse than the people that I'm talking about. To understand them. Are you fucking crazy? Let's move on. Let's move on.
Bigoted or biased comments that were said about other groups of people. Like, you're not going to change the culture unless you're willing to reject all of that, right? And you don't want to see it directed at anyone. I even saw it directed at Asians during the affirmative action fights because there were a group of Asians who challenged affirmative action all the way to the Supreme Court. And so all of a sudden you have a minority group in the United States that people on the left were saying some pretty horrific things about.
Because it was factual. Are you stupid, bitch? You know what those Asians did? Those Asians that did that shit for the Supreme Court, now the Civil Rights Act don't even matter. Voting rights don't even matter. What the fuck are you talking about, bitch? They had an impact on everybody. And mainly our people that fought for this shit. Man, fuck you. Fuck out of here, Anna. You stuck on stupid, bitch. This bitch should never be in black people's presence. You this fucking delusional, and she's very intelligent. I'm telling y'all, this bitch is on a drift. She's doing something, but like I said, it's her inner racism. I told you a lot of white people are inner racists. They've been raised that way. Even the ones that you think that's good, they was raised racist. It's their history. Now we respect that they're not like that. We get it. Respect them, love them. A lot of them motherfuckers are racist. Even the ones we pretend to think that they good people. Here and there, they come out and say some bigoted shit. Just like when Joe Biden said what he said. He was all comfortable with saying, hey, you know what? If you don't vote for me, you ain't black. That's because he got way too, it's not because Joe Biden is racist. That's because Joe Biden got way too comfortable with being around black people. And before Joe Biden started, you know, his shit started kicking in as far as his cancer and all this dementia shit, whatever going on with him. You go look back at Joe Biden in the past. Joe Biden was hanging around with them good old boys. He was a part of that. He was moving with the times, but Joe Biden was a bigot. Because that was the times. Fuck out of here with that shit. And Anna ain't no difference. And I'm going to tell you why she keep bringing up black people or bringing up black shit. It's because simple fact, she get more criticism that comes from black people. Because we did fuck with her. And we like, what you doing? And I'm going to tell you something about white people. This is why I don't treat white people all the same. Right? Times, like certain shit with white people, when they in spaces, right? Because it's white privilege for them. But when they see a confident black person use some type of bigotry or whatever it may be, and they like, oh, I ain't like that. Instead of them speaking up and saying something about it, they don't say nothing. And so that shit, they see the black person, you shouldn't feel that way. I'm not like that. Don't treat me like that. Like, you get what I mean? Instead of them checking that shit, they scared. It's like a white person. If I'm in the presence of certain white people and they saying certain shit out there, hold on, bro, don't say that shit. What's wrong with you? Or you say that shit about our community or some shit. Bro, all of us ain't like that. Don't do that. Don't say that. Like, I check shit in the moment. I don't give a fuck I'm around white people or not. A whole bunch of white people or not. Don't do that shit around me. Now, if you're just trying to have a conversation, that's cool. But even what you're saying is some bullshit. Because you better say some. And then why would you even bring that up? Like, I'm not in the space with white people to have, like, real conversations with them. Now, if I do get in a situation where I'm having conversations with people like that, then my demeanor might be a little differently, but I'm not in the spaces to be having that type of conversation with white people. Honestly. I'm just being real. Because I don't live my life of moving around trying to understand people in it, like, I'm not trying to say not understand. I understand people very well. I understand different races of people very well. Of course, you can learn, you get better. But I know what I know. And I move on respect. I show respect. I show kindness. You get what I mean? It's up to you when it comes to me. Like, seriously, like, I treat people like, listen, this is how I treat people, regardless of what color skin they are. You understand where you are. But I treat people like you're supposed to treat them. You don't know these people. You don't know them. So you treat them with respect. That's how I move. That's how I treat people. I don't have this biased thing. And I'm not saying I don't have a bias in me, but I'm not taking that shit when I approach people. That's some shit to make me be aware of some shit. Not to get too comfortable. But when I approach people, regardless of what race they are or whatever situation I'm in, I understand situations, but or the culture to a certain extent, right? Because you don't know how shit is, right? I just move with respect. And so I don't have issues of connecting with different races of people. Now, everybody ain't gonna like you, of course. There's some black people I don't fuck with. Like, but but I still move with respect. I don't have that, even though I can tell from afar if I ain't gonna fuck with a certain black person. Or how they treat people, their demeanor. But that's anybody, right? I know I ain't gonna fuck with you like that. Listen, some people are rude. They come off as rude. You kind of like, okay, as long as you don't be rude or disrespectful to me, I'm okay. You don't say shit to me. I'm okay with that. You ain't gotta walk up to me and say, how you doing? Nothing like that. I don't give a fuck. Because I live in real reality. I don't live in this fake world where everybody think everybody's supposed to be polite to them all the time. You don't. Motherfucker ain't gotta say nothing to you. Move on, nigga. And like I said, my hood mentality helps me too. Come from the hood. Everybody ain't gonna fuck with you. Not in the hood. The motherfuckers look like you. That don't mean everybody fuck with you. Your demeanor is different. Anyway, let's move on.
Fact that they're Asian. Oh, Asians think so highly of themselves. They think they're white. And this. How is that conversation helpful? It's not.
I suppose, of course.
They didn't say all Asians. They said some of the Asians think that, and they do. What's wrong with having that conversation? She said, how's that helpful? Because you have people like that in that culture. She's trying to ignore that, ignore the racism that's in, or the bigotry in culture, but you point out shit out though. And say, see, this is why I'm saying what I'm saying. But I seen it in the Asian shit when they said certain people said something about the Asians. Asian people. We didn't say that about all Asian people. And let me be very real about this. We got more experiences with the Asian or Chinese community more than white people. They was in our community first. All those immigrants was in our community. So we know them. You don't know these Asian people like that? Not like y'all think. Let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all know that it was the black community and the black Americans that embraced Bruce Lee the way we did? Bruce Lee and Kung Fu and all that shit was really big from black Americans. I'm talking about in the country. That came from us. That didn't come from white people. They seen those people, Chinese people, was less than. Fuck out of here. Listen, let me explain something to you. Go back and watch the old Bruce Lee movies. Yeah, romantic interest. They was white women. They was white women. One black, nothing. Latino, nothing. White women. And listen, I'm not saying Bruce Lee was racist. Oh, black community, we fuck with Bruce Lee. Listen. Because he didn't have black dude in there, but look how they described him to be. Listen, I love Bruce Lee movies. I can look back at a lot of that old shit, some of it, and I understand the times. Right? It makes sense to me. But that don't mean it was right. The stereotypes of black people. You get what I mean? So, but I'm not that upset of it because I understand the times. But if you go back and watch a lot of that shit, Bruce Lee couldn't have no black woman be his love interest or Latino or, you know what I mean? In your race, it was a white woman. Because that was acceptable to white people back in those days. All that interracial shit was crazy. But even the Chinese at that time with him, They had to have a white woman. White people was okay with Bruce Lee in a way. But at the same time, Bruce Lee was embraced by the black community. Let's just be real. We fuck with Bruce Lee. The Chinese culture, Japanese, listen, man, that was us. We embraced that shit. It wasn't white people like that, people. I'm just telling y'all. Now we hate the Chinese. Listen, some Chinese people is racist. Hey, what the fuck are you talking about? And it's a part of their culture. Like, seriously, it's in their culture. It's like, now you're starting to see the Latino, someone come out, yeah, that anti-black shit. It's in their culture. We calling it out. Now all of a sudden we being anti-Chinese. No, we calling it out. But it's okay for you to call out some of our black people that may be doing some bigotry shit. You don't see us tripping. Because we know you ain't lying about part of it. But you're not going to continue to make us push this narrative that we're the villains. Because certain black people, nigga, they ain't all us. We don't fuck with them. We ain't condoning it either.
We're saying some pretty horrific things about because of the fact that they're Asian. Oh, Asians think so highly of themselves. They think they're white. And this, how is that conversation helpful? It's not.
I suppose, of course, and I hear you on that. But I suppose some other people might say, but within that working class, yes, the working class is screwed. But actually, black people are the most screwed of that group, right? That within that, it's not equally screwed. And similarly with affirmative action, you know, your prospects as an Asian worker are not the same as a black worker. And that's, you know, statistically backed up.
And listen, and it's a fact. You have black people have fought so long. Even when immigrants come over here and they work certain jobs, it was worse. You think some of the shit they doing, that they're not getting treated very well. Yo, we work for free, bro. We got mistreated so badly. It still do. We see, listen, and you gotta understand, you don't understand the working experience of somebody that's black. We ain't got no problem with other races of people working in the industry with us. Well, we see what they do though. Yo, some of these different races of people, they stick to themselves. They don't fuck with us. And we take offense to that in a way. Because you wouldn't even be here in this position. They kiss ass. They do all this shit. Brown nose. They do shit. It's shit that happens in the workplace. But for Anna, stop acting like you understand the working class. You don't. The fuck are you talking about, bitch? You went to college. Fuck are you talking about? You understand the working class? No, you don't. You ain't never worked a working class job. You don't understand the working class. Fuck out of here. And then it do come to a point, if you don't, you haven't worked in it in a long time. You really don't get it. It's one thing never worked the working class. It's another thing you worked the shit and then now you made it out. Nobody hating, but then you shit on the working class and do the nonsense shit people do. So Anna, kiss my ass, bitch. You ain't never worked a working class job. Really, not really. Work in the warehouse and then tell me. You ain't not working in the warehouse. I don't fuck what you talking about. People get treated like shit in the warehouses. You see the supervisors, they've been treated so badly, and they treated so badly, they treat you badly. Because they got to take that shit out on you. And race do matter. Be a good old boy. They don't be as hard on you. Listen, I worked those jobs. I done worked them jobs since I was 18 years old. Fuck out of here with that shit. And I don't have a fucking clue what she's talking about.
Equally screwed. And similarly with affirmative action, you know, your prospects as an Asian worker are not the same as a Black worker. And that's, you know, statistically backed up, that when you see the numbers on unemployment, when you see the numbers on people applying for jobs and actually being successful, that reflects also race in addition to class. I mean, do you feel that, you know, because a lot of people, I suppose, on the right today are sort of within this idea of, you know, white lives matter, that we shouldn't talk about race, that actually race is, like you say, an impediment to kind of coalescing around more important issues as they might see it. Like there's a sort of, I think, desire to go back to a colorblind world, which, you know, I'm not sure is going to serve.
Let me just say this, and I said this a while ago. Even when you talk about a police officer, right? It's a different when you're a Black police officer. You're going to receive some racism, some bigotry. They're going to say racist jokes around you, and you got to ha-ha or maybe turn a blind eye to it. They're going to test you with their racism. So it's a difference, right? You got to prove yourself. Blue lives matter. Why would you do that? You only did Blue Lives Matter to go against Black Lives Matter. Excuse me. All this shit that they have been doing and putting up there, putting the flags, all that shit, that is to go against anti-Blackness. I mean, to go against Black people, which is anti-Blackness. People, I don't want to sit here and pretend that these people are not antagonizing us. These people don't respect us. This country don't respect Black Americans. They don't. I'm being dead honest about it. And this is the real reason why I told Black Americans to stand on business. And stop giving a fuck about what these people really care about. We don't give a fuck. That kumbaya shit is over. I'm standing on business with that shit. We are not your fucking allies. We gonna do us. And if y'all can't accept that, then we shouldn't give a fuck. We always gotta prove ourselves. Always gotta act like we care about some shit because they care about it. But when we say, look, we've been fighting for the whole time Black Americans been here. We always been fighting. And now that we like, yo, we done. We good. We don't want to fight no more, bro. Y'all on y'all own, man. Shit ain't working out for us like we thought. Our people came and did their part. And we've been doing it a long fucking time now. And this last election proved to Black people, we like, hold on, bro. Some of us woke up and like, hold on, man. Why is all these white people, they keep talking about they don't see race and shit, but they keep voting for racists. Latinos, all these motherfuckers, Japanese people, Asian people. What the fuck going on here? And we see the results and shit. And we like, hold on, bro. Nah. This ain't a Black issue. This is y'all issue. We gonna stick to our Black issues, but this is y'all issue. The country is fucked up because you motherfuckers. All the shit we do, our ancestors died and fought for, got beaten and hung, and even still somehow people in this day and age for nothing, dying for nothing, beaten for nothing. And you motherfuckers are sitting here voting for these motherfuckers? But y'all people, so nigga, check your people. This ain't about Black people. And I need you motherfuckers to understand this. And the Kasparians, any of you motherfucking different races of people. This ain't black people. This ain't our fault. This is your fault. And you keep on trying to point the blame at us. No, this is your fault. Even if you didn't vote for Trump, it's your people. It ain't ours. It's not ours. We voted the right way. We stood up for the injustice of any race. We did that the last election. What the fuck are you talking about now? Now it's black people's fault? Having your people voted for this motherfucker. The fuck you talking about? Our percentage is high, nigga. Fuck you talking about? Don't blame us. Fuck y'all, man. Listen. And people, and I don't like to be like this angry about that shit to other races of people. But man, I'm sick of these motherfuckers keep trying to blame us. For what? We voted out, the majority of our people voted the right way. Y'all people didn't. So kiss our ass. We sick and tired of being y'all punching bags. Even now that she sitting there blaming us. For what? The country fucked up because of people like that look like you. It ain't ours. This country is not fucked up right now because of people that look like us. We they boogeyman. They always come back to do this. That white supremacy shit. She bet, oh, the black shit, the identity shit. They doing that to try to blame black people. Because we speaking up for ourselves is a problem, is an issue. We want to stand up for ourselves. We want to make ourselves more important. Next, Anna, what you want to talk about? DI's bad? I mean, goddamn. You won't blame your own. Listen, even if they say we don't speak up more about going against some of our own people that do fuck shit, we vote the right way. We vote the right way. You can't blame us for this fuck shit that we are in. The whole country. You trying to blame us? And then now you wonder why black people like, man, hey, man. They on their own, man. We don't really care. A lot of black people, hey, man. And this bitch is still doing it. And you're in the closet racist. And now you're trying to flash yourself, be out there. Be you who you are. You're a racist, bitch. The fuck out of here. You blaming us for y'all bullshit. Get the fuck out of here. This country fucked up because of people that look like you. We ain't blaming all of y'all, but we telling you it's because of y'all. It's because of people that look like y'all. It ain't because of us. It always y'all the outlet of let's blame the blacks. And that's what she went back to. She didn't name no other groups. Even when it came to the Chinese people, she blamed us for the Chinese shit. For that bill that they did. They was out of pocket. They was wrong. Fuck you talking about? If those racist ass, if those Chinese people or Asian people was being more discriminated against, it ain't come from us. And if you see, and you notice, it was the Asian people in our community. It was our community. And y'all put them there. But somehow they own stores, but we don't. You don't think that's going to trigger black people? Not saying they right, some of the black people, but you don't think that's going to trigger them? Fuck out of here. Anyway, let's move on.
important issues as they might see it. Like there's a sort of, I think, desire to go back to a colorblind world, which, you know, I'm not sure is going to serve the working class equally.
Well, let me ask you something. We did have affirmative action for many decades. Did it solve anything?
Wow.
I mean, the question is affirmative action the solution?
You heard it? Did it solve anything? Oh, that's some racist shit. Oh, that's some racist shit. Oh. Ooh. It ain't solved nothing. All you motherfuckers benefited off of the Civil Rights Act. Every race did. More than black people. Ooh. If black people, if you don't feel like that's a disrespect to you and y'all over there watching the Young Turks and Anna and trying to give her the benefit, that shit should smack you in the face. Wow. That's like saying, you know what? Martin Luther King and that civil rights era, they shouldn't even fought for us. They made shit worse. Nigga, you should kill yourself. That's all I'm saying. And then imagine a white woman that benefited off of affirmative action more than anybody. Her family, that's immigrants, benefited off of affirmative action more than black people. And this racist white bitch is sitting there talking about how did that work out? How did that help? What? Woo. Okay. Oh man. That bitch in her racist bag today, ain't she? Let's go back. You got hit it again.
To go back to a colorblind world, which, you know, I'm not sure is going to serve the working class equally.
First of all, did she say we got to go back to a colorblind society? We have never been in a colorblind society. So, nah, let's move on.
Well, let me ask you something. We did have affirmative action for many decades. Did it solve anything?
I mean, the question is affirmative action the solution to racism, right, in society? I think that's what the question is here. I don't know that it is the same thing as saying that considerations of the ways in which race intersects with class should be removed from our considerations.
Well, I never said that. Right? But what I...
Well, you just said that. You did. Because you said we had affirmative. Did it work? Yeah. Yes, it did. And I know you're a hateful ass racist white woman at this point. Yes, it did. It helped everybody. Affirmative action helped everybody. Not just blacks, it helped everybody. And just because some Asian people got upset because they thought they was more smarter than black people, they should have got those positions. Listen, I hate to bring this up. I ain't gonna say hate, but I don't like to bring this up. But I want to make a point. Me and my wife, we took my daughter to this special track meet, for disability kids. Right? Everybody know my kid has a disability. I have a disability. Now, there wasn't no racism, no bigotry, or nothing like that. I didn't see that. Right? But as a black person, some white disability girl come up, even though she got a disability, I get that. Her just rolling up because my daughter won. She won the track meet, right? She won it. She came in first. She was upset about it, and she came. I could have took that shit as, you know what? This little white girl trying to be, what you being racist? Why you coming to my daughter? I could have took it that way, but I didn't. Because the whole purpose of that shit was a disability. When there was racism, everybody had a disability. Everybody. It didn't matter what race the fuck you were. Every parent was on the same level. Did we all probably believe in the same shit, ideology? But the one thing we did, these kids was they had disabilities. That makes sense. That makes sense. That's some shit everybody, okay, disability. This administration got rid of funding for disability kids, regardless of what race they are. So this shit, what she's talking about, you keep talking about it's a race thing. She keeps saying, oh, it's them, they making this race thing. Some shit ain't about race. It's about cruelty. And I don't give a fuck if you get mad at certain black people on some race shit. Some shit is cruelty. I don't know no black liberal that's okay with defunding the people that are mentally challenged to stop their funding. I don't know no liberal. But we know it's on that other side, and you side with them on certain shit. Listen. And I bring that up, people, because that was the only time that I was like, I didn't take offense of it, a certain shit. That some white girl rolled up on my daughter. And my daughter, to a certain extent, didn't even understand, didn't give a fuck about it. She just happy she won. She didn't do it. She wasn't thinking about race. My daughter don't know about race like that. She's not really into that shit like that. She don't know. Her. She don't see color. She hug anybody, everybody. That's what she on. And that white girl is probably the same, but her disability is a little different. I mean, my daughter was like that. When she lost, she got very upset. That's how I looked at it. But I could have looked at that shit. And listen, even though I seen that shit, what it was, it still was a white girl coming up to my black daughter and saying the shit she said. I could have looked at I don't get to ignore that. Now, was it about race? First of all, I'm probably 100%. I'm probably 99% it wasn't about race, because I'm never 100% about shit. 99% it wasn't about race. It was about a disability. It's about losing. You get what I mean? Some people are not good with losing. Regardless if you not you don't have no disability or not. People don't like losing. You see how people, when you don't think they got no disability, they can lose, they get all upset. I've seen it. So you don't take offense of that. You don't think of some race shit. It threw me off a little bit. But I didn't assume it was some race shit. And nothing like that. But that's the only place that I honestly, my opinion, that I don't see when people that have disabilities I don't see race with that. I genuinely don't. Because they all have a disability. And my daughter has a disability too. She don't even like me using the N-word. Daddy, watch your mouth. It's not good to say. No. And she knows that the N-word is bad to her. I didn't teach her that. I can't say that. I told her not to say the N-word, but you get what I mean? My daughter is very, very, she don't be out here using the N-word. And she hear me say it all the time. Check me, but she hear me say it all the time. She don't use that fucking word. It's a lot of words she heard me. She speaks. She says certain shit, and she used now. She may not totally fully know the whole meaning of certain shit that I say, but sometimes she do. It depends on how her brain works. But what I'm saying is, my point is, when it comes to people that have disability, that's the only time I ain't gonna lie to you, I feel comfortable around, because you know that a lot of their shit is genuine. Like, they're not intentionally trying to do some shit. Honestly, I ain't saying all the time. It's not 100%, but it's about listen, 99%. They not intentionally trying to be racist or bigoted like that. And like I said, it's how you been raised too. My daughter raised a certain type of way, so my people love my fucking daughter. My daughter's nice. It was like, damn, it was plenty people that was like, she's very polite. Yeah. Because no one, we know she got a disability, nigga, but we don't treat my daughter like you ain't got to be respectful. No, be respectful. That's because that's how we was raised. You get what I mean? Regardless of my background, my white background, it was respect there to our elders. We didn't, you know what I mean? So, like, people don't be understanding that shit. You listen, but you don't ignore racism and bigotry. You don't ignore that shit just because that shit is not in that moment of shit. I don't deal with racism and bigotry like that all the time, but it's mainly because I choose not to hang around people like that. But I don't have the right to be ignorant to shit and pretend that shit don't exist. But what does help me, because I don't hang around a lot of this shit that people go through, is because I've already been through it. So I know it exists. And the times ain't changed as much as people want to think. Haven't changed. Because a lot of shit or racism that I see now, if that shit happened when I was going through it, I'd have probably fucking around killed somebody. The shit that a lot of the young people deal with now in this time. I'd have killed a lot of these dudes walking up on me, calling me a chimp and niggas like that. First of all, you can't roll up on me like that. Not even now you can't roll up on me like that. It'll be an issue. I'm just telling y'all. Let's move on.
With is the way that suddenly the left used identitarianism and the differences in race, the differences in gender, the differences in all of these things that are immutable and we can't change. And honestly, the way that it was talked about,
that's bullshit. And then she tried to say, "Oh, people can't change." Listen, this is where she's dishonest at, and she's lying. The left is the only group that has passed policies in the last 30, 40 years that openly embrace every race. If you're gay or gender, that is the only party for that. If you go to the right and you listen to what they say, they go against that. So she's lying. Yes, could they do more? Yes. Let's just say that. But stop trying to pretend that the left is the right. They're on the same path when it comes to certain policies. It's not the same. It's a lie, and it's a white supremacy talking point. And Anna knows better than this, but she's on the drift. She knows better. Let me watch. All right, people, I'm back. And let me say this. And this is how you know it's what Anna is doing is white supremacy talking points, right? I want y'all to think about this. Why is it the left, right, that embrace every race of all the injustice that may happen to them, right? Regardless of what race it is, it's the left. Could they do better? Or like they say, identity politics. Yes, could they do better? Yes. But that's the only race. I mean, that's the only race. That's the only party out of the two that really has policies or talk about the injustice of the people that's being oppressed. You look at the other side, it's the opposite. That's how you know she's on the drift. Now all of a sudden the right understands black pain, police brutality. No, they don't. It's just weird shit that she's doing. And I'm going to run it a little bit more. Hopefully she can get to the point where she even brings up George Floyd. But anyway, let's move on.
Everyone against each other. So you don't have a coalition even on the left. You have people who are obsessed with their own personal identity more than anything else. So yes, racism does exist. That does need to be at the intersection of the class battle. Anyone who denies that is just living in a fantasy world. However, when you, and this has been a really big problem, when you uplift or you prioritize how different and fractured we are from one another, when your politics becomes about not class war, but your own personal grievances, all you're going to do is cause fights, and that's what you see on the left constantly. Everyone's fighting each other, broken coalitions, fracturing, and basically where we're at today. Which is
listen, and that's a good thing. We should never all agree. Right? Just say people on the left. I'm not on the left, but I lean more left, right? We should all disagree. But be respectful about it. The problem is, what is the better option? To sit down with people on the right that hates everything that you at your core or morals about. But if one or two issues they agree with you on, you can go sit down with them though. That makes sense. Huh, Anna? You dumb dizzy bitch. Excuse me, get this bitch the fuck up out of here. Anyway, I'm done. She didn't even get to the George Floyd shit. I do it another time, but this bitch is annoying me at this point. Because none of her shit makes any sense. I said I was going to talk about the dude, didn't I? Hold on. I want to get into that Waka Flocka Jake Paul shit. But it's a good shit with that my brother LT brung up about this dude. Right? Hold on, give me a second. Let me see if I can get this shit. It's the right clip. Let me show it's the right one. Hold on. I don't think that's it. Oh, did y'all hear about your boy Corey Oakham? That fucking Vlad. I thought he thought that Lad was a culture vulture. All of a sudden now he sit down with him. Oh, that shit is crazy. These niggas are weirdos to me, man. Let's get a little bit about. Hold on. I think that's it. Is that it? Hold on. I think this is it. Hold on. Let me see. That is it. Shout out to the brother for this clip, but I think this is it.
Video given to us by witnesses show Etherly on a stretcher after the shooting.
Racist crash out Chud the Builder just shot a black man and then Cheddar bobbed himself. Okay, all right. Before being arrested and charged with attempted murder.
Started wailing on me even after I had to defend myself by shooting him. You're still wailing on me. Where's your weapon at? They have everything.
We all knew that this Chud the Builder saga was coming to an end sooner or later.
But if you walk up over here with a pistol, I'll blow your apart. I would suggest you get the away from me.
Because it's only so long somebody can go around calling people out their name, harassing and threatening people before somebody defends themselves.
Don't worry about that. Do something.
And after months of trolling, provoking,
And the bad part about it, let's talk about this dude a little bit. This dude is intentionally walking up to black people, calling them niggas. Right? And chimps and shit. Let me just say this. This is the hypocrisy of what he, I guess maybe it was his dumb point maybe could have been. Black people are not rolling up to other black people calling them niggas. Or to provoke them. It's our culture. Right? Like, as far as like, if we say, what's up, my nigga, or something like that, that's, you know, what's going on, my nigga and shit. Like, you get what I mean? Like when, listen, on real shit, when I'm in the hood a lot of times, I'm hearing brothers calling me niggas. A lot of times they'll be like, yo, what's going on, bro? How you doing, black man? It's shit like that. We, even in the hood, niggas, that we're trying to stop that. Like, in a way. Like, you get what I mean? So for these racist ass white boys or these racist ass white people want to come and approach black people on the N-word, like, leave us be, bro. Like, this shit got nothing to do with you and the way you think. You just want to provoke black people to do something to you. And like I said, all it is you want black people to crash out to go to jail for the rest of their life. And then, like I said, it's so stupid in a way, too. Just think about it. Like, you're rolling up on black people saying certain shit, and you may run up on the wrong black person that will kill you. Your gun, just because you got a gun, doesn't mean that a motherfucker won't up that bitch before you. And you on the internet, so a lot of people like probably know who this motherfucker kind of is. And it makes it even worse, too, because if, let's say a black person that I know who this dude was, right? If he'd have rolled up on me with that, hey, man, and start saying shit, like, yo, I probably have shot him and killed him. It's most likely that would happen with me. So that's what I'm saying. You actually you've been a crash dummy. Who the fuck is want to run around calling black people niggas? That's like me going around, going in the Jewish community, fuck Israel, hell Hitler. Like, you get what I mean? Like, who the fuck is doing that? Who want to do that? Why would I want to offend the Jewish community? Why would I want to do that? Because I got certain issues with some people in that community that I perceive that may be racist or bigoted. Why would I, like, you get what I mean? Like, that shit don't even make any sense. But anyway, let's move on. Shit is crazy.
Boy, running around online begging for all the smoke while screaming all the hard R's he could.
Because it's America.
But why?
Because I can say what I want. Or what?
It definitely seems like from his recent streams, being arrested, investigated by the FBI, and cut off by his family.
His son's mother texted me today saying that she wants to change his name.
And like I said, a lot of the times he was doing this shit, he had guns on him. His friends had guns on him. And it was like, yo, he was actually intentionally going around calling black people niggas. Intentionally doing that. That doesn't make no, like I heard Charleston White say he doing a good thing. He's not doing a good thing. Why you think black people are rolling around calling, antagonizing black people to call them niggas? Like every black person is not walking around intentionally trying to provoke some shit for violence. It's a stereotype that you're trying to present. So even when Charleston White agreed with him, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I know dudes in the hood ain't even thinking about no other black dude. Nigga, they gonna go do what they gonna do. They're not rolling them no random black dude to call them niggas. They're not doing that. Listen, people, I told you karma's a bitch too. This shit was doomed to happen to what he did. This was supposed to happen because he put himself in this situation. Like he didn't have to do this.
I want. Or what? It definitely seems like from his recent streams, being arrested, investigated by the FBI, and cut off by his family.
And mind you, let me say this too. He was randomly rolling up on black people. Right? He was randomly doing that. So he wasn't, a part of him, it was intentional, but he was playing with, it was like a Russian roulette type of shit. Because you don't know what type of black person you running into. But like I told you too, told y'all, racists like him think this shit's a game. But I told you you're a coward too. Because like I said, if you really think that that's the N-word and all that, whatever his thought process is, go roll up in the hood and do that. To gangbangers and have your gun and see if you leave that bitch alive. He was rolling up on black people that was minding their business. They didn't want no interaction with him. They just moving around. But go into where black people are that's about that life and see how that work out for you. And mind you, he wasn't, let me tell you how fucked up this is and how stupid it was. He didn't even roll up on black celebrities like that. So this shit was clout chasing. He was doing all that shit. It was racism, but it was coward shit that he was doing. And motherfuckers was watching him like, see, yeah, he really punking black people. What? Because if he'd have rolled up on me, he'd had to shoot me or I had to shoot him. I'd have smacked the shit out of him. So he would have had to up that gun on me. So that's what I'm saying. He's not running into the right black people. And a lot of times when you do shit like that, that's what I said. The shit is stupidity. You're running up on black people that ain't even thinking about none of that shit you on. They just moving around living life. You just rolling up on black people, calling them niggas and chimps and shit. Out of the blue. Like, yo, hold on, what the fuck? Listen, even in the black community, there's white people that live there. Ain't no white people just walking around calling black people niggas. If a white person lived in a black community, a lot of them do know this. You can't go around if you don't know a black person and call them a nigga. You're going to get beat the fuck up. And see, that's the misconstrue of what they think. Because, white person living in the... Listen, white people that grow up with black people can't go calling other black people niggas. Especially if, let's say you would have clicked and they beef with, you can't do that. Even the Mexicans, they can't do that. But anyway, let's move on.
Son's mother texted me today saying that she wants to change his name. She fears for him.
The walls were already closing in on him, and he knew it.
Who's helping me? I mean, like my whole family doesn't fuck with me.
Which we could have told him, because we all know what happens when you fuck around.
The more you fuck around,
Motherfucker say his whole family don't fuck with him. I don't know if y'all heard that. He said my whole family don't even fuck with me. That should let you know something. That means his mom and dad don't even fuck with him. That should let you know you on some bullshit, bro. Anyway, let's move on.
the more you're gonna find out.
But I'm Jew. Welcome to the channel. Please like and share the video. Don't forget to sub. Now, let's get into it.
Tory officials tell us Dalton Etherly, also known as Chud the Builder, got into an argument with another man outside the Montgomery County Courthouse. A few seconds later, someone fired shots. This video, given to us by witnesses, show Etherly on a stretcher after the shooting. Etherly has become well.
For how this shit happened, this lets you know about how racist and white privileged he is. He really thought you coming out of the courthouse from being arrested for some fuck shit that you did, and you come right back out to be on that same bullshit. That's white privilege right there. Ain't no black person on that type of time. Nigga, we just got locked up. Nigga, we trying to get the fuck away from that. Nigga, we happy to be out. Let's move on, nigga. I don't give a fuck what's going on, man. Give me the fuck away, man. Fuck them. Like, you know what I mean? Just say it with some niggas out there. Nigga, fuck you, nigga. Whatever, blah, blah. We out. Whoever it was. Could be white supremacists. Nigga, we out. But we just got out of jail. But that's white privilege for your ass. This motherfucker decided to roll up on some black people, black brothers, and say, oh, they was pointing at me and laughing at me. And he thought that was a good idea to go over there and approach those black people. After you just leaving the courtroom, just got out of jail on bail. This dude is crazy, man. That's white privilege for your ass.
Known on social media for posting videos of himself shouting racial slurs at people. Investigators tell us both men involved in the shooting were rushed to the hospital. No word on their conditions.
News broke around 3 o'clock that Chud the Builder was actually involved in the shooting. Chud the Builder shot a man who attacked him outside the courthouse. I don't like the way that's written. Do better, fear, but we know from Chud's history, he initiates and instigates all these altercations he's involved in. People are minding their own business 9 times out of 10, and he walks up to them or walks in their space. And
listen, and the reason he said that, like, I don't like how the way he said that, is because, I keep saying this. If you don't want no smoke, you're not rolling up on nobody. I don't give a fuck where you are. Right? You're not rolling up on people like that unless you want to do something. See, I come from the hood, so it's a little different for me. People think differently. They want to talk about this Second Amendment or how this shit, how it looks and their approach. No, bro. Listen, you can't walk up on me like that. I don't give a fuck. First of all, I'm already taking it as a threat. You walking up on me. You're not rolling up on people like that. Like, if I got a problem with a motherfucker, I might talk some shit from afar. But if I really want to do something to somebody and I really want that to happen, I'm rolling up on you. Like, you understand what I'm saying? But if I'm a distance from you, nigga, whatever. Like, man, I'm talking about shit here. But if I really want to do something to you, you can cross that line, then I'm rolling up on you. So now I initiated it. So whatever happens out of that happens. But the law is, just because a motherfucker approach you, hey, man, they trying to say, oh, well, he had to react this way, or whatever. Listen, you roll up on me. that shit is going left. You can't be sitting there rolling up on people like that, calling people out their name, calling them N-words and monkeys and shit like that. And then you get up in their presence and you disrespect them the way you do, and then act like ain't nothing gonna happen about that. What universe are these people living in? But anyway, let's move on.
It's contact. So just to straight up say a man who attacked him, come on, outside the courthouse in Clarksville and accidentally grazed himself in the process. This man cheddar bobbed himself.
Put it away!
Hey, put that down.
Okay, all right. Fuck that shit.
Before it escalated, he asked the man if he was going to chimp out. The man walked up and sucker punched him. Part of the altercation was actually caught on camera, recorded, and posted on IG.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Holy, they're out here. Somebody got shot. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you why he shot himself by mistake, right? Cheddar by himself. Because he didn't expect that black brother to react the way he did. That's why. Because he been running around. You've been watching his live streams. He's been going viral, whatever he's doing. He's been running around, walking up on black people, calling them niggas and chimps, being disrespectful, and nothing happens. And that's why he didn't think nothing was going to happen with this situation. And that's why he wound up shooting the dude and then get cheddar bobbed. He wound up shooting himself. Because the dude didn't have no gun. He shot himself. And he wound up catching a attempt murder charge. Because he walked up to the dude. You initiated this type of interaction. So now we got, like I said, he's so stupid that he didn't understand what I guarantee you stupid ass lawyers and him, they're gonna try to put this narrative. And what he tried to do, he was like, I walked up to him, but they was pointing at me and laughing at me. And I walked up to him and say, hey, how you doing? Which we know that's bullshit. Right? You're a racist. We know you ain't walk up to him and say, hi, hey, how you doing? But to defer from that, you walked up to these dudes, right? That was pointing at you and laughing at you. There you go, stupid ass motherfucker. Right? From afar. You decided to walk up on these dudes because you didn't think nothing was going to happen. You didn't think these black dudes was going to do nothing to you because he was used to doing it. And mind you, it's documented that he's been walking up to black people and they ain't put hands on him. Or you get what I mean? Or those black people didn't feel like it's a threat. But this brother said, man, fuck that shit. Nigga, you threatening me. What you rolling up on me for? You calling me a nigga? What? That's a threat. And we seen videos of him talking about, I'm going to shoot you and all this other shit. We seen him doing that. So when they charged him, they already know who he was. Listen, people, in this time in America, don't be shocked he may get off, but he should go to fucking jail for attempt murder. But it's in Tennessee too. So, you know, like I said, depends what the jury is, how social media keep pushing this shit. He may get off. It's a 50-50 thing to me. It was a 60-40 for me, because I believe 60% he may get off because it's Tennessee. But the other part, the 40%, his ass should go to jail for attempt murder. Because you had the right to fight back when the dude punch you. But you pull out the gun and start shooting. And listen, his past is going to come up. It was like, when he says, oh, I thought it was a threat. But you've been approaching black people, calling them out their name. And don't let some black people be on that jury where they're going to be like, what? What you thought was going to happen? This motherfucker is a stupid, racist white person. And I just don't understand it. I don't understand stupid white people like this.
Yeah,
In between her.
they got him.
Oh my god.
Holy fuck.
Is someone down? I just see the one guy.
Oh my god.
It's okay, Mav.
Sorry. Sorry, that made my heart beat.
No, I'm right here.
It looks like they're restraining both of them. I don't know if they're handcuffing both of them or checking for an injury since it was an active shooting. But yeah, it got real quick. And people like this guy, Misfit Patriot, who warned Judge just last week that he was moving crazy and it was going to end bad for him, were poking holes through any self-defense claim. This doesn't look like Chubb was walking away, and it definitely doesn't look like he was still being beat on after he shot the guy. Looks like he was right up in someone's shit like he is in all his videos and pulled the trigger instantly after the altercation started, which confirms what we already knew. Chud is a coward, can't fight, and was shaking in his boots the second anything really popped off.
Get your hands, squad. Get that trigger next time, nigga.
Initially, there were rumors about the black man that Chud shot dying, but he's alive. Apparently, he was shot in the shoulder and the stomach and has been identified as Joshua Love. According to a Facebook post by someone close to the family, Chud the Builder's victim, yes, victim, has been identified as Joshua Love. Josh is married with 2 kids and is currently in surgery. And this is the guy, Joshua Love, here. A GoFundMe has been posted. This GoFundMe is doing well. Good job, people. I'm actually going to put a link to the GoFundMe in the description of this video. Yeah, man, Chud is a thug, a menace, a deadbeat dad whose family wants anything to do with him. Meanwhile, this guy is married with 2 kids and is a victim of a hate crime, basically. And of course, Chud went straight into carrying on.
And like I said, the bad part about it, like, it's one thing that you have a situation with your family, right? It's another thing that people, like, just listen, I always say this. I ain't cool with none of my family like that. Right? We in the space or whatever, right? And this may be just on some tragic shit that we grew up, across the family. It's a family thing. But it's another motherfucking thing where motherfucker, hey, if I got in some shit, you think I call my family and I got some shit going on, I can't call my family and they ain't gonna ride with me. No, they gonna ride with me, nigga. You get what I mean? But they not, your family don't fuck with you because of your behavior or how you treat others. You get what I mean? It's a difference of that we can't get along because I'm morally in a certain place that they not like. You get what I mean? Like, it's a family thing. It's a difference when the motherfucker, your family don't fuck with you at all. Like I said, this dude is married with children. Well, his wife ain't shit either. Like, you get what I mean? Like, it was like Charlie Kirk, like, he ain't shit. He wasn't shit. Why we think Eric Trump was somewhat good? Like, you get what I'm saying? A racist that's married to if a woman or man that marries a racist, why do you think that they would be okay and good people? Like, that shit is weird to me. No, man. Let's move on. This dude shot a dude because he was getting ready to get his ass whipped. He didn't fight back. He pulled his gun out. Listen, and I keep saying this about racist white people like this. They're cowards. They don't really want to fight. Or then it's a group of them, and then they like to fight. Right? They're not going to try to fight a dude one-on-one and nothing like that. They cowards, a lot of them. Right? So this didn't shock me that he did this. This shit was bound to happen. This dude was walking around, going to black communities where black people was, and picking randomly black people. I ain't gonna say he was going to black communities in a way. He was randomly going to where he think what black people were, right? And like it's almost like a how can I put this? It's almost like a what's the word I'm looking for? It's almost like a damn, I can't think of it right now. I can't think of it right now, but it'll come to me. But this motherfucker was just, he's playing around with fire. Because like I said, it's like me rolling around on all white people, thinking all white people was racist, and then I just roll up on white people the whole time and try to call them out on their racism and how racist they are. Like, you get what I mean? It's like, it's some, number one, it's some weird shit, but that lets you know what type of person I am. I believe all white people are racist. Because if I'm going up to random white people, I'm assuming all of them racist, doing the shit that he was doing. He was assuming every black person that he was running up on hated white people. And then on top of that, he was doing what he was doing. He was calling them out their name. He don't know these black people. But he was doing that. That's some weird shit, bro. And listen, and let me just say this too. If anybody on the internet, and it should be a crime, if I'm rolling up on you, on random white people, just because just say I disagree with you. But matter of fact, I disagree with white supremacy, right? But if I'm randomly just rolling up on white people, and I don't know who the fuck they are, and I'm rolling up on them, calling them all types of races and shit like that, that shit should be a crime. It should be a crime. Because I don't know these white people. How the fuck would I call them a racist? I don't know them to be a racist, but I'm just rolling up on random white people. That's what he was doing. He was rolling up on random black people. He didn't know that these people hated white people or not, or nothing like that. He didn't know that. He just rolled up on them, though. That's what he did. And now you wind up shooting a dude and then shoot yourself, and now you catch a charge for attempt murder. This is the stupidest shit I ever heard in my life. But anyway, let's move on.
Acting like the victim, trying to get sympathy, and of course trying to come up with the self-defense scenario.
Pastor was sitting on the corner. I walked up to him because they were pointing at me. They were laughing. They were pointing at me, and I said, "What's up, guys? How y'all doing?" I said, "Y'all like the new suit?" He said, "Walk away from me." I walked away from him. He came back up to me. He literally said, "I have PTSD. I feel like I'm in." He said, "You start saying all that chimp out shit to me, I'm gonna hit you." He hit me.
We all know from every interaction.
First of all, that don't even make any sense. That don't even make any sense. You see two people over there pointing at you or whatever, and you roll up there and they laughing at you, whatever. And you roll over there and you say, "What's up, guys?" First of all, that don't even make no sense. That ain't even no white people shit. That's some lying shit. Ain't no white person, if you making fun of them and they feel a certain type of way, they rolled up on you, say, "How you doing?" and being polite. They're gonna be like, "Hey man, what the fuck you laughing at? You laughing at me?" Like, that don't even make any sense. Right? That's number one. Then number two, the dude says, "Hey man, walk away from me, man. I got PSD." What? What black person you know saying they got PSD, you need to roll up on me? PSD. What the fuck are you talking about? We don't even speak like that. That's number two. And then they let you walk away. You say, "All right, you walked away." And then they and then the dude sucker punch you, and then you pull out the gun and shoot him. That don't even make any sense. My bad, people. That don't make no damn sense. He's a goddamn liar. This dude is just straight lying. Anyway, let's move on.
We've seen of Chud the Builder. That's not all he said. He always says something slick or racist, calls somebody the N-word, says he can say whatever he wants, it's a free country, and then immediately accuses black people of chipping out, even though they can be calm, normal, not threatening him at all. We all know his playbook at this point. It's very redundant.
He started wailing on me even after I had to defend myself by shooting him. He was still wailing on me.
Where's your weapon at?
They have everything.
What weapon is that? I believe that. Is that yours?
Yeah.
He's talking to Mark. Okay.
Listen, my understanding is because there's video to the shit, right? From certain people that was there. Because we ain't seen the whole video yet. Because like I told you, it's video from the courts. People probably was already recording. Listen, he most likely, I ain't gonna say most likely, he probably did this shit. He called those brothers niggas and shit like that, and that's why the dude swung on him. That dude, if you rolled up, listen, you think the dude would have swung on him because he walked up to him and was so polite? You think that he just swung on him? No, you was calling him niggas and shit like that, and that's why the dude swung up on you. That's why he swung on you. There's no way impossible that this dude just all of a sudden swung on you because of the simple fucking fact that you said you walked up to him, hey, what's going on, dudes? Get the fuck out of here, bro. You are a racist, so why the fuck would you roll up polite like that? That don't even make any sense. But anyway, let's move on.
Hey, what's up with that
A little overwhelmed, but
He's so good at playing the victim. These racists are all bullies until it's time to face the consequences for their actions, and all of a sudden they're victims and terrified for their lives. It is the same thing we've seen a million times with these people. So he walked up to a guy, initiated an interaction with his track record and his digital footprint. So we know what that interaction probably looked like.
Yeah, back up. Everybody was chilling. You're just being an asshole.
Yeah, it's all good.
He heard the word. He's like a Manchurian candidate. He's a Manchurian candidate. He heard his target word. Bro didn't want to get sprayed. I got something else for you too if you want it. I'm trying to spare your life, man. Get the fuck out of here. You want to go viral?
Now, mind you, this dude is on, he's recorded saying this shit. We playing this shit because it's recorded. Let me just say this. I'm going to tell him straight up. I'm going to say, bro, I don't play like that. Listen, you call me a nigga like that, we can fight about it. Let's see how much of a nigga I am. What you think a nigga is? Oh, if you're meaning of it. Well, prove it to me. Let's fight. Right? You think black people violent anyway, right? So let's do some violent shit. Like, the shit wouldn't went that far for me. But like I said, if he would just randomly called me that shit, I'd have probably fucked him up or shot him in his face. Like, seriously. You just can't randomly roll up on motherfuckers like that, bro. Not where I'm from, like not where I come from, not how I'm built. Just can't roll up on me like that. Start calling me out of my name, calling me all types of niggas and shit. Fuck wrong with you? It almost seemed like what he was doing was scripted. Right? Like he planned this shit. Like the other motherfucker was okay with it. It's a script. That's how it comes off sometimes. But it's not. He just ran into certain black people that weren't really about that. To a certain extent. Because you can't keep calling me a nigga, bro. And I say this to white people. I try not to call my people that. I try not to use the word as much. So why am I going to be okay with you rolling up on me saying that? Because you think this is good content, or whatever the fuck your reason you doing it. You shouldn't want to do it anyway. It's a conversation you can have with black people about using the word or why we shouldn't use the word or whatever. It's a conversation, but you to just randomly roll up on black people and start calling them N-words and monkeys and chimps and shit, you are intentionally want me to fuck you up. And that's how I look at that. You're not proving the point. You're literally wanting an interaction from me to get violent with you. And that's your whole point. And I think that's a lot of people understood what he was doing, and that's why it didn't happen. But I ain't that motherfucker. I'm gonna fuck who you are. Don't roll up on me if you white, whatever race you are. Don't use N-word around me. I give you a warning first out of the gate. Hey man, don't use that word around me. Don't call me that. Fuck wrong with you? What the fuck you say? Hey man, don't use that shit around me, man. Don't say that shit again. I give you a warning. But if you want to be bold and that and say that shit, then we go. Win or lose the fight. But I'm putting my hands on you. Because you said again, I'm putting my hands on you. You ain't got to worry about, you can say, roll up on Kenny. Okay, hey, man. And like I said, the outcome may not be what you think it's going to be. It may not just be a fight. I might shoot you in your fucking face. Because you rolled up on me on some bullshit. These people, they stuck on stupid. And they play around with black people acting like this shit is a game. I'm not a gang member. Niggas want to keep bringing up game. They do this shit in the hood. Nigga, I'm not a hood nigga. You talking to a black man. I'm not putting up with that shit. I'm not those niggas in the hoods. I'm not them. I'm not no soft-ass black person. Or however you want to think black people are. But I'm not them. I tell you what I stand on. Don't roll up on me with that dumb shit. That shit's stupid. So listen, you racist, stay where the fuck you stay. I stay where I stay. I'm good where I'm at. You the one got a problem. I got a problem with you, racist. Stay over there. I'm fine over here. I can fight from afar. But if you roll up on me with that bullshit, calling me out my name and disrespecting me, getting in my space and shit, disrespecting me, nigga, it's a problem. I don't even know how this dude lasts that long. But like I said, they ain't me. They ain't real black people like me. Niggas built different. Some of these niggas built different. I'm good. You can't roll up on me like that. And mind you, bro, you just minding your business. That's a lot of shit he was doing. People black people mind their business. He's rolling up on people. I take that shit as a threat. And let me say this. And the reason he got away with the shit that he was doing on social media, and that's what social media to hold themselves accountable. This dude was making money. People was donating money to him. That's why he lasted this long doing what the fuck he doing. Making money off of him being racist. Y'all let him make money off of being racist on social media. Because he couldn't make no money. He couldn't work at no fucking job. He couldn't work at a 9-to-5 job. He couldn't work a job. Regardless into his, it would be an issue of the shit that he been saying. But the internet let him make money off this shit. But anyway, let's move on.
You're going to be millions of views tomorrow morning. You're going to be millions of views tomorrow morning. Just wait for that. Yeah, you don't give a fuck because you don't look like you care about much. You shouldn't be driving. You look a little drunk. You look drunk, Nick. You want me to get someone over here?
Put the mace out, see what happens.
Or what?
Put the mace out, see what happens.
Let Gonna get blown apart?
Got hands put on him, panicked, and started shooting to the point that he even cheddar bobbed himself. And of course, nobody had sympathy for Chud. A bitch, like I said. These white supremacist animals know that they got support from the president.
He said, they look like the dude, the young brother is in this clip was, you like you drunk. So you talking to a dude that's intoxicated. Oh shit, I can't even speak. He's fucked up, put it that way. Can't speak now. I don't know what the fuck I can't speak. But the dude fucked up. And you fucking with a dude like that. Right? Like, you know what I mean? And mind you, it wasn't his homies just holding him back. It was dude from his camp. The racist dude camp holding him back. This was all, he was trolling in content. His own people was holding, one of the dudes that he was with, holding the black dude back. The black dude wanted to whip his ass. He told him, put that fucking mace down. But he knew, I think a part of him knew, like, this dude didn't really want to fight. And plus, when you drunk and fucked up like that, and you just came out to have a good time, you ain't trying to fight, bro. But this dude is sitting there antagonizing you. So he was like, he was fucking with the right people at the right time. Believe it or not. And then now this situation happened, he fucked with the wrong motherfucker. And shit went left.
President and other white nationalists in this country, true. So they can go terrorize black people and kill them and get away with it. Black Americans wake up. We're fully awake. We know who Chud is and people like him and what they're about, which is why we were waiting for something to happen because everybody knew how this story would end. But it gets much worse for Chud. Earlier today, law enforcement officers responded to a shots fired incident outside the Montgomery County Courthouse in Clarksville. The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office immediately launched an investigation into the incident. As a result of the investigation, Dalton Etherly, 28, was detained by criminal investigators and charged with criminal attempted murder, employing a firearm during dangerous felony, aggravated assault, and reckless endangerment with a deadly weapon. Etherly was booked in the Montgomery County Jail where he's being held pending arraignment, at which time bond will be set. Montgomery County Sheriff John Fosis stated, "It's unfortunate that incidents like this are happening in our community. This kind of violence won't be tolerated, and our office will work to make sure those responsible are held accountable to the fullest extent of the law." Cheddar Bob Chud has been charged with attempted murder. This dude is officially having the worst week of his life. I tricked that fucking moron off the street. Who's chipping out now? My finest work yet. A menace to society.
No, it's not that. Listen, can I say this to my black folks? We didn't trick him out like that. He did this shit all on his own. He did this all on his own, bro. You walking around, you were intentionally trying to spark violence. Listen, and the bad part about it is that what he don't get that comes out of all this shit, and I hope he goes to jail. Like, honestly, listen, because you are a danger to society, bro. If you think, excuse me, if you think you just rolling around trying to prove a point on the First Amendment, I keep telling people this. You can't walk them into a mall and say, I got a bomb, and think that a cop won't shoot you and kill you dead right there. It is certain shit you can't do. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're rolling up on people intentionally trying to spark violence, and that's your intention, you intentionally doing it, what the fuck you thought was going to happen? So, yeah, the First Amendment is the First Amendment, but I'm just saying, it's consequences that come behind that. I got a bomb. Niggas going to rush you. People going to rush you. They life feel like they in danger. So you rolling up on black people randomly, call them niggas and call them out their name. And that shit is a threat to us. Ain't nobody going around calling Hispanic people just because we can say it, because our First Amendment, calling them spicks. You get what I mean? We're not doing that. Or the Jewish community, calling them out their name. Nobody's doing that. So for people that think trying to do this whole freedom of speech shit, continue to do it. You see what happened to Homeboy. And like I said, I hope he go to jail. I'm about 60% he won't, but I'm about 40 hoping that he does. Because lessons got to be learned. This is bad behavior. This dude is walking around, rolling up on random black people, calling them out their name, and think nothing happens to that. When black people are not doing that. I don't even like when people do pranks on people. Because you don't know people, especially random people. Right? You better know a motherfucker to do some shit like that. But listen, I'm gonna put it this way, and I'm gonna leave it as this. I'm out, people. Listen. Hopefully this dude go to jail for the rest of his life. Because he's a bad person for society. And people are like, oh, Kenny, man, you talking about that. Listen, he's a bad person. It's not gonna get no better. If he let's just say I'm 60% he might get off. If that's 60% I'm right about it, and he get off, he gonna come out and be 10 times worse. Somebody gonna die because of this dude. You putting that narrative out there and you letting people that bring harm to other people and you're letting them get away with it. And like I said, you want to be a gangster like that to the racist white people like him or people that want to defend him. But if that's the case, then go into the gangster communities, go into Crips and Blood shit and do that shit. Or the gangster neighborhoods, the hoods. Now you keep acting like it's the hood, which ain't the hood. You go into the hood. Go to where the gangbangers be and go do that shit and say that shit to them Crips and Bloods like that and see what happened to you. And just being real. You can record that shit there all you want. You want to antagonize real gangsters and see what happens to you. Niggas that's really live that life. It's a difference. Because a motherfucker live in that neighborhood doesn't mean they on that gangster shit. But go tell the niggas that actually, go say that shit to the niggas that really live that life. Gangster motherfuckers. And see what happened to you. He never does that. He just ran into a black dude that said, hey man, fuck that shit. The black dude that did what he did, that's some shit I would have did. And I ain't in the streets. But I'd have did what he did. Honestly. Because I don't play like that. I ain't did nothing to you, bro. Like, what the fuck you rolled up on me like that for? Like, dude, this dude got lucky. He got lucky. Even with this is where he got lucky he ain't dead. Honestly. But the dude's still alive that he shot. But hey man, he got lucky because if them cops wasn't there to break a lot of that shit up, I believe that dude probably took his gun and probably shot him and killed his ass. Because you don't know what somebody's capable of doing. You playing. He's playing with black people. And so he got lucky, bro. Just being real. He got lucky. Anyway, people, leave your comments, hit that like button, support your boy, Mr. OBL. Peace and love to the world, y'all.